Tika. Congrats on getting first. Hello, Haru. Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? I'm doing good. My mic is working, right? Hold on, let me check. Yes, it is. Okay, good. I've been nervous ever since the incident happened where it wasn't. Also, we have a little friend here, the Simp Shrimp. The Simp Shrimp is back. I figured for this series it makes sense. Because everyone's always simping for the moms. But yeah, I'm doing good. I actually, well, I ate a snack. I didn't eat like food. I ate breakfast, but I didn't eat lunch. I just ate a snack before stream. So that was me. But how are you? How are you guys doing today? What else? Did I do anything today? Not really. I did not do anything really interesting. I just worked on some stuff. That's it. Kind of boring, but it's okay. Why am I still so fucking awkward at the beginning of streams? It's like hit or miss. It's not as awkward as the end of streams, but still. I'm still awkward. But yes, today we're playing Our Life Beginnings and Always. And I actually had a question that I wanted to ask. Because if I do... Are we gonna do Cove's route or Derek's route? Because I'm leaning towards Cove because he's the main story. Oh, 166 scratches. That's a lot for 62 pets. But yes, I was thinking of doing Cove's route first and ignoring Derek's route and then maybe coming back another time like in a few months and then doing Derek's route. Because otherwise it's gonna take me forever to finish this game. And I was thinking about that. Is that okay with you guys? Doing Cove's route first? Because I'm leaning more towards Cove anyway. Yeah, that's one. No comment because I don't understand dating sims in this game isn't an exception. Okay. Yeah. I've only ever played one other than this. So, yeah. And this was, I just loved the story in this one. It was supposed to be a Valentine's Day stream, but then it turned into a series. I don't know the game, but happy to watch. Oh, thank you, Haru. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I was thinking we'd do Cove's route first, and then in a few months do Derek's. And if there's any other routes, then we could do them later at a different time too. Because I want to finish this game and get to the... I don't know when it's coming out. It might already be out. Oh, hello, Star. How are you doing? And how are you doing, Tika and Haru? But I want to play the Coffee Talk sequel, or is it a DLC? I'm not sure. I don't know if it's out yet. I forgot what it was though, but yeah, I want to play that. So I want to finish this game. As much as I love it, I do want to finish it. We might take a little break from it, even though we took a 2-week break from it already. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I decide. I'm good, thank you, though kind of tired. Oh, I'm sorry. If you need to sleep, go ahead and sleep. But only if you want to. It's up to you. Oh, thank you for filling up Star's beer mug, Tika. And that's a 91%. That's nice. Okay, let me get... With no pocket mod? Pocket mod. Oh, yeah. Yeah, blooper. Yeah, no bloopers at work. She might show up. Because I think I'll be still streaming when she shows up. When she gets out. But I'm not sure. I actually don't know. We'll see. But thank you for feeding Blooper at a moment. Hey, Rai, how you doing? Yeah, we were just talking. We have the Simp Shrimp here for all you simps for the moms. I forgot to say hi when I joined. Simps, yeah, all you shrimps. It's okay. It's only 7 p.m. for me, and at the moment, I'll go to bed later. Okay, Haru. Thank you for being here. Let's see. But yes, we still haven't named the shrimp. Yeah, Paru and I were both up a long time for Shinx's stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was lurking in Shinx's stream. Oh, and on about shrimps that are pimps, simps makes sense. But yeah, let me get the game ready. So we can play as much as we can, because I want to get through the teen phase. Or the 13 age phase. Okay, let me... gameplay? Oh! I knew it was you, right? I was looking, but I knew it would be you. Okay. How? Oh, I wonder how. Okay, how's the game audio? How many loads do we have? Oh my god, we have a lot. The last time we played was March 28th. Oh my gosh. You going through team phase? How? You know? How you know? In the game? Oh, we still have... We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it seems. Yeah. Ah! Thank you for the hydrate, Willow. That emo is awesome. Give me a few minutes, BRB. Okay. Already I'm a clown. I didn't do anything. I don't deserve this, even though it says I do. I probably do, but I don't. Okay. So as I was saying, we only have 5 more for Coves Route. We're probably gonna do 4 and then do what we did last time and end on this one, so next stream we have like a little refresher. Yeah, I think he's called Long Man. It's from some foreign ad. Yeah, I know. I've seen the ads. They're so funny. Boop. Oh no, not the boop. I always hear that only in my left ear and I don't know why. Is it like that for you guys too? Because if so, I need to fix that. If anyone asks, I'm long man for other reasons. Oh my god. Do you have a long nose? Not say. Okay. Where were and then so yeah, we're gonna RSS asking for specifics. I don't have a headset on, so can't say. Oh, okay. That's okay. But these are Derek's, but they're super long. And we did one of them, but I think we're gonna go with just Coves because they're shorter. And then, like I said, do Coves' whole route and then do Derek's route another time. Because otherwise this could take forever and I don't want to bore people with the same game over and over because we're already playing Stardew Valley for a long time. We're going to be playing Stardew Valley for a long time. We might go on a break from Stardew Valley, but we're playing it for a long time to get perfection, so... Yeah, I don't want to have too many long going games going on. Oh my gosh, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, which one should we do? Dinner, road trip, summer work, escapade? I think I want to save however the fuck you pronounce this for the last one. But these 4, which one should we do? Summer work, dinner, road trip, escapade. What should we do? Let's do, I guess, I don't know, that's kind of hard. Road trip sounds fun. Escapade sounds fun. Summer work does not sound fun. And dinner sounds like we'll see the moms. So we'll wait a little bit to do that one, I think, till people want to see the moms again. Road trip. Okay, road trip it is. Okay, even though you were awake, the sun had... Oh, and how's the game volume? Sorry, I always forget. Even though you were awake, the sun had barely peeked its head above the horizon and the sky above was still dark, though lightening by the minute. Usually you wouldn't be up so early, especially during summer vacation, but today was different. Today, instead of the lazy days you were used to, everything around you was a flurry of activity as both your family and Coves prepared for what lay ahead. Because parked in the street just outside your house was a massive RV camper, so big you couldn't even see Cove's house behind it. Damn, that is big. His parents had rented an RV for a few days to take him on a short road trip to see the Redwood National Park. You glanced at Cove, who was standing nearby, taking in the scene in front of him. The prospect of the trip had to be a mixed bag for him, but it was only 3 days, so it seemed he was dealing with it as best as he could. Especially now that you and your family were joining them. You weren't sure how exactly it happened. You knew your parents and Cove spoke to each other often, and somehow along the way, plans were made after Cliff offered to share the space. Oh, I just read that all in one breath. That wasn't a good idea. The parents all thought it was a fantastic idea. You had already gotten a good look inside while helping to load everything in, and you had to admit that while it was a really big car, fitting that many people inside was going to be snug.
Let's go.
Move it or lose it, kiddo. Mom bustled past with a cooler in one hand and a large bottle of water under the other. She was upbeat for this early in the morning. Oh, she looks so cute. She looks so snuggly. Ma, however, seemed to be on the other side of the wavelength. She followed behind her wife, dragging her feet on every step. I'm going to need a whole jug of coffee once we hit the road. You could relate to Ma. It was way too early. Personally, you were as raring to go as your mom. You felt like you were in the middle ground between the two. Pretty, yeah. They are pretty. Looks like a comfy hoodie. It does. I want one. I want one now. But it's like spring, so it's kind of hot. So maybe not right now, but when it's cold again, I want one. Was it too early or were we excited? I actually get up really early, so I'm good to go with early. Although in my experience, I end up getting more attracted to the person than looks. Yeah, that's usually how I am too. Oh yeah. You stretched your arms out and took in some deep breaths. The air was still a little damp from dew, but you didn't mind it. Oh, here's our sister. And then at the end of the chain came your sister. She had a bone to pick before the trip officially started. Her rattling off critiques added some level of normalcy to everything new going on. I don't get why I can't sleep in the bed tonight. Ara is the youngest and I'll never fall asleep in that loft. We're trying to make things fair on everyone. If you want to play the older card, you should be offering to take the loft both nights. It's important for big siblings to make sacrifices for their younger ones. Elizabeth Huff's not happy with that answer in the slightest, and folded her arms, leaning back against the side of the RV. The trip plans had been nailed down prior to the sleeping arrangements included. Elizabeth still held on to her objections with them. There was a main area of the RV with a couch, loft, and some floor space. At the end of the car was a room with a large bed. Your moms were sharing the bed, Kyra was on the couch, and father and son intended to sleep on the floor. The adults determined you and Elizabeth would switch between the small loft above the driver's seats and sharing the bed with moms. Okay, you were fine with the arrangement. You were excited to sleep in a loft. You felt sharing a bed with your parents was going to be awkward. You were looking forward to a sleepover with your moms. You weren't too happy either, but didn't want to make a fuss. You thought it was unfair. Yeah, it's unfair Cove had to sleep on the floor. After all, it was supposed to be a trip for him and his family before yours ended up coming along too. Now he had to be kicked out of every bed-like space and put on the floor. There had to be another way to organize things so it was better for him. You offered to sleep somewhere else. You suggested sharing the loft with Cove. You said nothing about it. Our poor sister. If we should... Is there only one loft? I already forgot. Sure, let's suggest sharing. Oh, there's only one. I thought it was like a bunk bed for some reason. Sorry. Whoops. Cove and I could share the loft when I'm up there. I don't mind making room for him. You took a glance over at Cove. It would be fun to have a little sleepover with just the two of you. No. She's like, no way. No way. You're 13. No. That loft it's too tiny for two people, even if those people are teens. The last thing we need is one of you rolling off and crushing poor Cliff beneath you, who will take over his driving shifts. The three other parents all laughed at your mom's joke. Sus. Cove simply shrugged with a relaxed smile, and you sighed as you were forced to admit defeat. Alright, you lot, does everyone have everything they need? crush, right? Apparently our crush is Derek, but we're ignoring Derek for now. She looks so cute in that. We're heading out in 5 minutes. Now's the time to double check. You don't want to forget something important. At the word, Elizabeth yelped and dashed back into the house, her bedhead hair bouncing behind her as she went. Ma came over and gave you a smile, setting her hands on her hips. Excuse me? How about you, Aura? Do you have all your clothes packed? Toiletries, deodorant, floss, anything else you can think of? You just gave her a flat look. Oh, you had to run in back inside for something? You weren't sure about that? You were confident? Let's go back inside. Sprinting up the stairs to the bathroom, you grabbed your toothbrush from beside the sinks before heading down. Sure, we forgot our toothbrush. You're glad you were reminded to grab it after having left it out to use this morning. It would have been embarrassing if you couldn't brush your teeth for the next few days. Your mom was still there, waiting with a knowing expression as you walked out again. Got everything now, Aura? Yeah. With a few minutes left to spare before leaving, you mentally went over what you had packed for the trip. Clothes, a pillow, a blanket, usual day-to-day gear for most people. You also have more personal things, such as your favorite stuffed animal. Oh, I thought we were gonna pick more. Without fail, it always made you feel more comfortable whenever you went somewhere new. It was like taking a little piece of home away with you, but that'd be real. Oh. A ball, your camera, an MP3 player, At 13, I didn't wear makeup, so not makeup. Sure, portable gaming console. The drive to Redwood National Park would take an entire day one way, so you wanted to make sure you had the way to entertain yourself while traveling there and back. I was big in reading at this age. Yeah, I packed one of your old favorites and a new one you never tried before. You knew you had plenty of time for both of them on such a long drive. And an MP3 player with headphones. With so much time going to be spent driving a car, you wanted to make sure you'd be able to have some music to put on. And I think that's everything, because I didn't really have a camera. Yeah, and that was everything. Oh, hey, Kyra. You're kind of close. Hey, let me take that for you, Ara. I'll stow it in the RV. There's a few spots left. It'll fit. You let Kyra take your bag and gave her a grateful smile. With nothing left to do, you watched the others getting ready for the trip. Kyra and Cliff seemed to have the most energy of anyone. They were finishing packing the suitcases away while your moms had gone to lock up the house. They high-fived whenever another one got crammed into the storage compartment of the vehicle. Even though your own parents were more low-key than Coves, you could tell they were both excited for the trip. It had been a while since your family had been away anywhere together. Elizabeth skipped towards the RV, a bag slung over her shoulder, and you were surprised to see she seemed more optimistic about the whole ordeal now. Usually she wasn't one to exit the confines of her room unless it was for TV or food or to leave her family behind to be with friends. You would have thought 3 whole days packed in an RV with 6 others would be too much for her, but it was a nice surprise. You supposed any vacation was better than no vacation in her mind. Cove had been pretty quiet so far, and more than anything seemed to be overwhelmed by the situation. You were excited for the trip too. You weren't very excited for the trip either. You were eager to get to the destination. You were curious about the RV. You didn't feel much either way about the plans. Yeah, we were excited. It was great to get away and explore new places. Soon the miscellaneous remaining tasks had all been wrapped up. Everyone piled into the RV. It was officially time for the trip to start. And it did. Cliff took the first driving shift. He cautiously navigated the massive car out on the narrow neighborhood streets. Excuse me? It was touch and go for the first part of the journey. Your moms and Kyra were all huddled at the front trying to get a view of how much space they had on each side. There was a sense of relief when the first long leg of the trip was hit and the RV would only need to go down one stretch of highway for miles. With a house like that, you'd think you could go anywhere holiday-wise. Yeah, this RV is big. Look at all that space. The mom group cleared out of the driver's area, leaving Cove's dad to it, taking more comfortable seats around the main cabin. You felt like you could finally relax now too. Time slipped by as morning faded away. Before you realized it, the engine of the RV came to a stop, but only halted for a few moments as Cliff climbed out from the driver's seat and Mom took over. Mom was shitting. Oh my gosh. I did it again. First, Shiloh shat, and now mom is shitting. Okay. I can't read sitting, apparently. Sit or sitting, I can't read. Ma was sitting shotgun, giving Mom a quick tutorial on the controls as it was her first time driving anything this large. Cliff groaned as he headed towards the rescue, stretching his arms above his head and loosening up his muscles. We're making good progress. Yeah, maybe we should take a nap in the back for a while. That was a long haul you just did, and I know you're on less sleep than usual. Cliff waved the hand, that trademark groove of his slipping into place. I don't need sleep. I still got a few miles in the old tank. He flexed his arm, showing off his muscles to drive the point about how resilient he was home. And Kyra rolled her eyes in amusement. Oh, this is Cove. What was Cove's voice? Dad, everyone has to sleep. Cove shook his head at the tough guy act, though Cliff simply chuckled and ruffled his son's hair.
So?
Are you going to be driving again anytime soon, Mr. Holden? I want to know so I can prepare. Did anyone pack some rope? I might need it. There's no seatbelts up here. Elizabeth called down from where she was lounging at the loft above the driving compartment. She was laying on her back, her hair falling over the side and swinging around as the RV started up again and took off down the road. A bag of potato chips was balanced on Elizabeth's stomach, and she tossed a couple in her mouth right as Cliff held a hand to his chest, pretending to be offended by the remark. Kyra laughed lightheartedly.
Don't worry about that.
Lucky for all of us, we have enough adults to cover the shifts today. He won't be driving again until tomorrow. You stay quiet, you shook your head. Phew, that's a relief. Just enough time to write up my last will and testament. Not you two. Oh, thank you, Haru. The rest of the group laughed while Cliff pouted, and you gave him an apologetic shrug. Mom then shouted back in her seat to join the conversation, a playful smile tilting her lips. What I'm more worried about is this old monster getting us there and back again before falling apart. It looks as though it was built in the early 90s. 90s. It must be older than some of the occupants. That's just the aesthetic of the decor. It's not that old. I think. Did you ask what year the model was before you rented it? Kyra wrinkled her nose in thought. Hey. Yes, I did. I just can't remember what the answer was. That's me. I can't remember shit. Cliff chuckled at her while the rest of you let out a collective sigh. The RV lurched a little as it picked up speed, and you held onto the ladder to the loft to keep your balance. You felt something graze the top of your head before a weight settled on your black hair. When you tilted your chin up carefully to look, you heard a little rustling of a bag of chips and realized Elizabeth had rested the end of it on your head. She gestured to the opening, slightly offering to share her snack. You took a handful. Reaching up, you scooped up some chips. After that, the weight of the packet left your scalp. You happily munched away as the conversation continued and you got closer and closer to your destination. The day flew by with the group of you chatting, playing games, and passing time together before finally arriving at the park and setting up for the night. Mom was closing the windows while everyone got ready for bed, saying goodnight to the others as she made her way to the back room. You had all had dinner together while still driving, and some hours after you arrived at your destination and found a spot to park in the rest of your stay. Giving a look across the front of the RV, you noticed almost everyone there was already dozing off where they were, with Cove having completely fallen asleep curled up in the passenger seat. He must have done so while Kyra was driving the last leg, and they had decided not to disturb him. Kyra herself was the only one up there was who was still awake. Flipping through a magazine next to the portable light from her spot on the couch, it seemed Mr. Holden needed to sleep despite his claims. You followed your moms into the back room and closed the door behind before crawling onto the bed between them. It was a queen-side bed, so there was enough space for the three of you together without too much squishing.
Good night.
Get good rest, Ara. We've got a big day ahead of us tomorrow.
That's fantastic.
I'm looking forward to the bushwalk in the morning. It's been a long time since I was out in nature like this. There will be plenty for us to see. You stayed awake a little while longer while your moms whispered about the park and forest in general. With the sound of their voices in the background, eventually you nodded off to sleep. The next morning, you were up bright and early preparing for the day ahead. You had slept terribly. You had an okay sleep. You had slept well. I slept terribly at this age. So, but, 13, 13. Okay, I guess. It was nothing compared to your bed at home, but at least you didn't have to sleep on the floor, so you couldn't complain too much. Yeah, Cope, take that. Ma whined a bit about the firmness of the mattress, but Ma had only encouraged her to enjoy the trip while she could. While looking for a spot to get ready, you had some trouble finding a space of your own, as the others were doing the same thing. Cove was perched on top of the counter, brushing his hair and tucking up his legs every time someone wanted to move past. The parents were double checking, and triple checking that you had everything, to the point where you had to stop listening to them altogether. You knew you wouldn't be returning to the RV at all that day, but by the look of the backpacks that were packed up and ready to go, you doubted anything was missing from them. Something's gonna be missing. Oh, this is so pretty! It didn't take much longer until you all exited the RV in a bustle and headed into the Redwood National Park. Wow. Cove had his head tilted up towards the canopy of trees, his eyes wide as he took in the massive trunks on either side of you. Yeah, those trees are massive. You knew that the redwood trees here were considered the tallest trees on Earth, but you weren't prepared for exactly how huge they would be in person. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I wonder if this is a real place. Smile, you two! You spun just in time for Kyra to snap a picture. Oh, look at him! Snap a picture of you and Cove together before she pointed her camera at Cliff, trying to get a shot despite his weak protest that she should just enjoy the moment. See, Kyra brought the camera. We didn't need a camera. Your parents were walking behind the group a little, with Mom telling Ma some information she had read about the park in a brochure. Ma listened happily while looking around and taking in the sights, every now and then asking a question or making a joke about something Mom had said. You smiled at them, thinking your mom must have read a lot of pamphlets to know so much about the park. That's funny. Maybe you should come and work here as a tour guide if you know so much about the place. Elizabeth's teeth earning a squeeze on the nose from your mom. She seemed to be enjoying herself, but you thought that might just be because she was amused by everyone else's reactions. You weren't as impressed. You were in a good mood. You were fascinated by the sensations surrounding you. You were in awe of the redwood trees. One of these. Let's go with... I'm really impressed with those trees. Personally. Surrounding you... Froggy! Hello, Froggy! Ribbit, Ribbit! How are you doing? We're playing Our Life Beginnings and Always again. And we're on a road trip. With Cove's family. Surrounding you on either side, the enormous tree shot up into the sky. I'm good. Oh, that's good. How'd your draw? You said you finished your drawing, right? How are you still drawing? I forgot. I'm sorry. No, you did finish your drawing. I remember. You said you finished because the 8-ball said you were gonna finish, and then you said 8-ball. Ara pressed by logs noted. Oh my gosh. Surrounding you on either side, the enormous trees shot up into the sky, the sunlight peeking through their canopy and speckling the path in front of you. To be fair, these trees are massive. They're really cool, and where I live, there's not many trees, so this would impress me. Yes. Yep, I finished my drawing. Yay! The sheer size of the redwoods made you feel like a tiny ant bustling along through the forest. The adults had decided on some casual nature walks rather than any serious hiking, and you strolled along at your own pace, taking in the scenery. Look at how smug Elizabeth looks. That's so funny. And look at how bored Cove looks. Elizabeth sped up a little, smirking at Cove as she found a place between the two of you, and immediately you could tell by her expression she was going to say something taunting. I can't believe our families are actually on vacation together. She threw her arms out, speaking with genuine sense of bewilderment. Oh, I would have joked about something like this happening, but I'm not sure I want to give them any more ideas. Ko smiled at her, even if it was a little awkwardly, and continued walking along. Just watch. Next year they'll be talking about their next new amazing idea. She put on a fake voice deeper than her own. We should just sell both our houses and move in together. Think about how much we save on the mortgage. It was clear that Elizabeth was being sarcastic. Cove simply shook his head, not really bothered by her. You suppose he was used to it by this point. That's cute. But seriously, they really do act like we're a single family just because we live across the street from each other. Elizabeth gave you and Cove a look, her eyes glinting with mischief as she leered at you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Maybe one day we will be related legally anyway. She said it as though she was a gossipy old lady. Nice one, Cove. Maybe. I guess you and me could get married, Elizabeth. What? Me? Yeah, that way Ara would be my sister-in-law. That would be fun. Elizabeth stuck her tongue out at Cove as if the very idea were ridiculous. I'll marry you, Cove. Cove has a point. It wasn't a great comment. You told her to cut it out already. You were embarrassed. I'll marry Cove on the same day. Shiloh mom. Mary Cove said, no, we're not saying that. You were embarrassed. You ignored Elizabeth. I'll marry you, Cove. Cove has a point. It wasn't a great comment. Let's joke around. I'll marry you, Cove. We must unite our family's ties to increase our pull in the community. A political marriage. It might be alright with you. Then it's an agreement. Sure. That's cute. Elizabeth poked her tongue out. Poked out her tongue at the both of you, giving you a sour look. She walked ahead, obviously not getting the response that she was looking for, and you and Cove swapped amused looks. The day continued on with plenty to see and experience. You passed a few different activities that you would have liked to try out if you had the time, such as kayaking and rock climbing, but Mom said that you would have to wait for another trip. There was a little stream during the walk that you sat beside and set out a picnic for lunch, nibbling on a selection of fruit, sandwiches, and chips. Various birds flew by overhead, and you made a game out of guessing the species that were hanging out in the trees nearby. You even managed to get a couple of them right, including the kingfisher that grabbed half a Cliff sandwich. You thought that you were disappointed you only had to have only one day. You were glad you got to do this, and we were probably glad we got to do this, but we were probably also disappointed to only have one day. There was so much here, and you felt like you'd need a whole week, maybe even more, to experience it all. You sighed quietly to yourself, wondering if you get the chance to come back. Your group made it back to camp just as the sun was setting in the sky, and stars were appearing one by one. Everyone had enjoyed different parts of it most. You traded stories of what you thought while you were eating dinner. Then afterward, you pitched in to help clean up. You, along with Elizabeth and Cove, got to head back to the RV early and to spend some time together while the parents stayed outside longer. It was nice to have some space to yourselves after the cramped journey there, and while Elizabeth had locked herself in the back room with her headphones, you and Cove were left in the main lounge area. You hung out with Cove. I guess we should figure out something to do? I don't remember dressing you in that. Oh yeah, this is you like when you're cold. But it's summer, dude. You took a seat on the sofa while Cove sat down on the other and tapping his fingers against his knees. You know, I hardly ever see you wearing a jacket, especially in summer. Oh, hey, I just commented on that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like wearing as few layers as possible. It's easier that way. I'd rather be cold than extra hot, and it's kind of a pain to carry extra clothes around. My parents made me bring this jacket. I love wearing layers. I don't mind either way. I'm the same way. I love layers and accessories too. I kind of. That's probably why I have a. Yeah, I like both. That's probably why I have a closet almost filled to the brim at home. Cove smiled lightly at you and nodded. I've noticed. You asked him what he liked to see others wear. You changed the subject. I mean, does it really? Sure, we'll ask him. Sure, we'll make this awkward. So, what type of stuff do you think looks good on somebody else, not for yourself? Yeah, look at his eyes. Cove's eyes widened at the question. His defensive reply seemed to slip out before he had a chance to have a proper think about it. Nothing. Nothing. That was funny. Cove, you're so awkward and it's great. A short laugh escaped you and you stopped yourself quickly with a hand pressed against your mouth.
Come on.
Come on, that's not what I meant. You composed yourself and sat up straighter, all traces of laughter disappearing from your face. Answer with what you do mean then. Isn't there anything at all you think looks good when you see it on someone? Cove mumbled under his breath, but you couldn't quite catch the words. He was having a difficult time with the subject. I swear I won't make fun of you. I just thought it would be fun to talk about. You're not very good at these conversations, are you? You had a little fun and that was enough. You changed the subject. It was a topic that made you uncomfortable, so you let it go. Let's see. I kind of want to see where this goes, so I swear I won't make fun of you. That's not really it. Cove seemed pretty grumpy about your statement, but you weren't ready to give up so easily. Please? Cove sighed and looked at his lap where he was fidgeting with his hands, still reluctant to give an answer.
I don't know.
Aww. You made an unimpressed sound over how this was going. Are you sure? Ankle bracelets. Aww. Fine, I guess I kind of like ankle bracelets. Ankle bracelets? Yeah, everyone can wear a pretty bracelet. Wrist ones are cool too, but they're pretty normal. Something fun or flirty about ankle bracelets.
I mean...
It's more special or something. I don't know how to explain it. Cove brushed his knuckles against his cheek awkwardly, seemingly unsure where to go from here. Oh my god, 13! We are not gonna go for that one. I like them too. I've actually never seen anyone wear one. He is right. At least I've never seen anyone wear them where I'm from anyway. Thanks for answering. I like them too. Sure, I like them too. Cove smiled at you, happy to hear he wasn't the only one who felt that way. When he said nothing else, you took a moment to gather your own thoughts. You thought about buying an anklet of your own. Maybe you wouldn't wear... You'd wear anklets more... Your anklets more now? You had to get an anklet on ASAP. You were happy to hear more about Cove, but it didn't really change anything. You thought about buying an anklet of your own. Yeah. You'd seen some good ones in the shops in town. You tried to remember to check it out more closely next time you were there. Cove looked away, feeling awkward about this. You gave him an understanding look, and soon enough he was smiling like normal again.
Alright.
Well, now you have to answer too. What do you like for another person? Glasses, blue eyes, pretty hair, muscles. Let's see. I actually like brown eyes, personally. I guess pretty hair? Glasses are nice too. When I was in school, ankle bracelets was very popular among the girls. Oh, really? When I was in school, it was like bracelets and stuff. It was definitely bracelets. Bracelets and necklaces like that. That you made yourself. But that's interesting. That's really cool. Yeah, I've never seen anyone with ankle bracelets. We'll go with so sorry, Cove. Your eyes are really pretty, Cove, but I personally like brown eyes. Sorry. We'll go with glasses or pretty hair. Glasses or pretty hair. Glasses or pretty hair. I guess pretty hair. Cove chuckled as though you had said something highly amusing. Good luck. I hope you find someone. With that topic abruptly dropped off, Cove officially had no more to say on it. The parents all arrived soon after, each of them climbing into the RV and finding some place to sit down and rest their legs. Elizabeth, having heard the commotion, came out from the room for the first time since arriving and joined you all. You spent the evening chatting and playing a few games, enjoying the last evening of the trip together. Bedtime arrived within a blink of an eye. As the group hunkered down for the night, your mom did a final round to be sure nothing had been left behind. She explained that Cliff was going to start driving early in the morning like on the first day, but would be let everyone else in the group sleep. There wouldn't be a need for all of them to get up. Now was the time to check if you had left anything outside. You, as well as everyone else, were confident you had it all packed up inside the RV, which meant it was time to get some rest before the journey home tomorrow. Your mom and Elizabeth said goodnight, heading to the back room while you climbed up to the loft. Cove and his family got situated below in the previously set arrangement. You tried to get comfortable as a million thoughts were running through your mind. It was hard to believe the trip was practically over, and before you knew it, you'd be back in your own bed at home. You hadn't had a good time the trip. You thought the trip had been okay. You enjoyed this mini adventure. And it was short, that was for sure, but you got to see and do much during your time here. All in all, it was a nice break away from home. The minutes ticked by silently. It didn't take long for the soft snores. Why do I always combine words? I'm really bad at that. I need to work on that. Of Cliff and Kyra to drift up to you. They were asleep now. You wondered if Cove was still awake and decided to poke your head out from the loft to find out. You blinked through the dark. Looking down the hall, you noticed Cove laying on his back, his eyes staring straight up at the ceiling. Excuse me? Yeah, I don't know how long the fad lasted, but I remember my childhood friend and her friends really liked them. Oh wow. Yeah, one thing we did as kids a lot, like 13, like when we were 13, was we made like things out of duct tape. We made like those, we made bracelets. Well, I couldn't do it because I didn't know how, but my friends at the time knew how to make bracelets out of like that material that's kind of like plasticky, and you would braid it or something. Like do this complicated braid that I never understood how to do it. But yeah, they would make bracelets. And another thing that was big when I was 13 and around that age was bows in the hair. I remember that. I remember wearing a bow all the time. Because I would always wear a ponytail. And I have a bow in it. Looking down the hall, you noticed Cove laying on his back, his eyes staring straight up at the ceiling. His seafoam hair was spread out on his sleeping bag. He must have felt you watching him because suddenly his eyes locked onto yours. It was difficult to see much in the dim light, but you could make out the crooked smile on his face well enough. He made a silly face. Cove rolled his eyes at you, or at least you thought he did. You then gestured for him to come over. Then you decided to have fun quietly, just for him to come over. Cove looked unsure about it, but you were happy to see him slowly start to sit up anyway. His sleeping bag rustled as he moved, though he tried to go slow and froze up like a deer in headlights every time he made a sound, watching his parents for any sign of movement. Eventually he managed to maneuver around his sleeping dad and make it to the ladder, standing on the bottom rung, where he looked up at you and whispered, "What? What?" You invited up to the loft. How are you doing? Good night. Oh, it was nothing. Hi. Oh, it was nothing. I just made you come over here for nothing. Sure. Do you want to come up? His eyes widened just so you could tell only because he had come to where you were. Cove glanced behind you quickly at his sleeping parents before turning back to you. Okay. You broke out in a grin and scooched back as far as you could, making space for Cove to crawl in. He was very tall, so it wasn't a great fit for him, but he managed to squeeze himself in. You understood how that felt. With the two of you in the loft together, there was barely any room to move. Interesting, the bow thing sounded cute though. Yeah, I remember I had a bunch of bows. I had like this blue one. I think I still have some, actually. I think I don't wear them anymore, but I still have some. Because we haven't like given them to anyone or donated them or anything. So they're just in the bathroom. in one of the bathrooms, like in a drawer. But yeah, I remember having a lot, and I remember always going, me and my friends would always go to like to just a accessory shop and always want bows. I was always into badges like from shows or music bands. Ooh. Yeah, I also now I'm like right now I'm really into collecting pins and stickers and stuff. But at that age, it was more like bows, like I said, and then when I was a teenager, I didn't really collect anything because of reasons. I wasn't really interested in anything that much as a teenager. I don't know why, I just wasn't. And now I also collect lipstick. I have a lot of lipstick. And they're all basically the same color. but they're all different formulas, so it's fine. But yeah, that's what I collect now. Pins, stickers, and lipsticks. Oh, I also collect art prints. I collect a lot of things now, but when I was younger, like, I didn't, when I was a teenager, I didn't collect much. But yeah, this is cute. We're in the loft together. Aw, how are you fitting? Aw, you laid down next to each other on your sides, face to face. You got under the blanket a bit. How much you want to bet we're gonna fall asleep together and get in trouble? One of his arms was nestled under his head for comfort. The other had nowhere to go and was rested alongside his chest on the floor. His chest on the floor of the loft. Cove spoke to you softly. So what am I doing here? I don't know. You could sleep here instead of floor. I thought we could hang out. I have a couple of art prints I got from anime and sci-fi conventions. Yeah, I haven't been to any conventions, but I have like prints from like different artists and stuff. I have a lot of anime ones. They're mostly anime ones, honestly. But they're from like different artists that artist shops and stuff like that. Because I could never go to an anime or any convention, like even if sci-fi, even that sounds really cool, sci-fi convention, but I could never go because my social anxiety would freak the fuck out. I thought we could hang out. Ko's eyebrows dipped. He probably thought you had something more important than that going on. It isn't a big deal for us both to be in the loft, right? Yeah, it's not a huge thing. We've shared a million times by now. And usually they're the ones encouraging us. Cove gestured in the direction of the parents and you nodded in agreement. They had always tried to put you and Cove together ever since you were little. Aww. I wonder how much trouble we'll be in if we get caught. It wouldn't be nearly as much as we would have been if my moms found out you snuck into my room for the night at the start of summer. He winced just imagining it. I forgot that happened. I still can't believe I did that and didn't get caught. If it was a very dramatic morning, you could easily picture his frantic escape in your mind's eye. You're kind of a troublemaker, aren't you, Cove?
I mean...
No, I don't think so. Cove trailed. I can't get Cove's voice right because he's 13 and I don't know how to do a 13-year-old boy's voice. I don't know how to do a boy's voice at all. Oh, thank you for the boop, Froggy. Oh, you can still see a scar on his arm. Cove trailed off and he seemed to be lost in his own thoughts. Hey, do you remember the first time I slept over at your house? I actually do remember that. You laughed quietly and nodded. Pet. 69 scratches. Oh, nice. And you almost... nice for 2 reasons. And 64... And 64 pets. So you got almost even, Froggy. So I think you're alive. Oh, that sucks. I understand, though. Yeah. But I have a lot of nice prints from artists that I like. I live. Yes, Froggy, you live. I should have something for the shrimp when we play this game, because that's when we have the shrimp, is when we play this game. Or any dating game in the future if we play one again. You laughed quietly and nodded, the memory coming back to mind so vividly. A smile grew on his face. I left in the middle of the night. I hated being in a different place back then. Now I fall asleep in your house when I'm not supposed to because I couldn't help it.
Sorry.
I'm sorry I was like that. I just couldn't take any more changes when I was little. You teased him, you comforted him, you encouraged him. Are we gonna comfort and encourage? We already teased him enough. Let's comfort him. It's okay, I understand. You smiled at Cove, showing that it wasn't a problem, and gratefully returned with one of his own. You spent the rest of the night smushed up in the little loft together, whispering about your past memories and trying not to giggle too loud at the silly things you had gotten up to together over the years. This is so cute. Eventually, the chatting trailed off, and when you noticed, Cove had drifted to sleep, you followed soon after. Uh-oh. We're not gonna get in trouble, but it's gonna be funny if one of us falls out because it's too small. When you woke, and it looks like it will be us because it looked like he was on the part facing the wall. When you woke up the next morning, it was to the rumble of the RV as it traveled the long journey home. Sorry, I was scratching my leg. You noticed quickly that you weren't as warm as you had been during the night, and when you checked next to you, Cove was gone. No! Blinking sleepily, you peeked over the edge of the loft to find out where he had gone. Maybe he had snuck back to his spot on the floor during the night? However, you soon noticed him sitting on the couch talking quietly with his mom. He hung his head hung in embarrassment. Oh no! Your movement gave you away, and Kyra suddenly looked up and caught your eye. She simply smiled amusedly at you, and it was obvious what happened. Cove hadn't gotten away with it. They found him there in the loft, and then you woke up while he was trying to explain. You knew it was going to be a long, long time before you lived this one down, if you ever did. Soon your moms and Elizabeth emerged from their room dressed and ready for the day of travel. Elizabeth is not gonna let us live this one down. You spent the most of the day hanging out together in the RV, savoring the last few hours of vacation. Kyra suggested a few different travel games she used to play with Cove when he was younger, and you all had a great time competing against each other. A little later in the day, you tried to talk to Cove about what happened in this loft, but he simply apologized and changed the subject. Aww. It was a bit too much for him to try speaking on, especially right now. You understood. When the RV finally pulled onto your street, it was well into the night, and you were looking forward to crawling into your own bed after the last few days away. Everyone else must have been feeling the same, because it was mutually agreed that unpacking and cleaning the RV would wait until morning. Once home again, you went straight to your room and dropped onto your bed, shoes and all. I love how blue our room is. It's so pretty. You missed being near Cove. That's so sweet. It felt good to be alone. It felt weird to be alone. You were happy to be in your own bed. Sure. We're going all in on Cove's route, so you must be near Cove. The two of you had been basically living together for 3 days. It was nice, but you knew that it wouldn't be the last time the two of you would spend time together, and that thought comforted you. With those last few thoughts drifting through your mind, it wasn't long before you dozed off to sleep. Tomorrow life would go on like normal. That was really cute. That was so cute. Okay, let's do dinner or summer work, or escapade. Let's do dinner, cause we'll do dinner. Let's have dinner. Sunlight shone through your windows as you sat in your living room. Your home phone pressed to your. Cove was on the other end. It had been shaping up to be an ordinary day like any other until Cove had called unexpectedly. He sounded unusually nervous greeting you. You listened silently as he kept talking, his words stilted. So I was wondering, do you want to come over to my house for dinner tonight? The question came out strangely, almost like he had rehearsed it a few times beforehand. I am 100% sure he did. Your eyes widened a little. You hadn't expected this to be the reason behind the call. Yeah, I'll go. Or you kept listening. Let's put him out of his misery and just say yes.
That's,
It was, huh? Oh. It seemed like Cove still had more to say, and you just interrupted him. Oops. Oh, whoops. Cool. Well, he fumbled for a bit trying to gather his thoughts again. My mom and dad, they really want you to be there if your parents don't have a problem with it. They asked me to ask you. You took a moment to think. Dinner at home would be quiet and uneventful today. If you really wanted to, you could go to Cove's instead. Cove spoke up again, breaking your thought train. His voice was softer than before. Also, I want you to be there too. Can you come over, I mean? Why am I the only one invited, or did you mean the whole fam? I have to ask my mom. Yeah, I can come. I'll have to ask my moms and get back to you. No, I can't make it. We'll probably have to ask. Okay, tell me when you can. You sounded noticeably relieved by your response. Was you coming over for dinner today that serious? He spoke to you for a little while longer to explain the time to come over and other details, then hung up. And that was that for now anyways. You called Ma right after and she picked up on the third ring. It wasn't a long conversation. When you asked her to go to the Holden house for dinner, she was more than happy to give permission for it. No problems there. Ma wasn't the one to complain about you spending time with Cove. Cove got a quick call from you afterwards, so he knew for sure that you would attend the dinner. Then you said your goodbyes and went on with the afternoon. Soon enough, the sun dipped out of the sky and the evening came. It was time for you to head to Cove's house. After letting Elizabeth know you were leaving, she didn't look away from the TV, just grunted you made the small journey across the street. You knocked a couple times heavy on the heavy door to their condo. As you waited for an answer, you found yourself contemplating being a guest while both of Cove's parents were there. The idea made you curious. You apprehensive. Yeah, we were curious. You wondered why they decided to invite you out of the blue. Maybe you find out later tonight. You didn't get too much time with your thoughts, though. The door opened soon enough. Cove's mom, Kyra, stood in the frame, smiling warmly at you.
Come on.
Hey, Ara, welcome. Please come on in. She opened the door wider and moved to make room. You stepped inside, allowing her to shut it behind you. This is the first time we've seen Cove's house, huh? Or condo. Thanks so much for coming over. I know it was kind of last second. It's alright. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course.
Of course. Just make yourself at home. It's not my home, but I've been given permission to say that. God, he looks so much like Clavier from Ace Attorney or Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Hey, Ara, welcome to our humble abode. You jerked your head towards the sound of Mr. Holden's voice. He waved at you briefly from the kitchen with his back turned and a large spoon in hand. That laugh was kind of loud. That scared me. Hope you're hungry because I'm whipping up a lot of tasty stuff. True to his word, you heard something sizzling on the stove. You closed your eyes and inhaled. It smelled spicy and savory. Ooh, that sounds good. With Mr. Holden busy and Cove nowhere to be seen, it was just you and Kyra. She gave you a wry smile. Sorry, I'm just adjusting myself in the chair. He sure is. While I've been barred from cooking the entire time, I'm staying here. Can you believe that? She nudged you with an elbow. Mr. Holden scoffed good-naturedly, then spoke from over his shoulder. You're on vacation, Kyra. You need to accept that already. She yelled back, amusement obvious on her face and in her tone. People still cook when they're on vacation. Everyone's gotta eat. It's not like I'm some celebrity who could go out for every meal or hire a private chef.
Sorry.
Well, in this house, you're a VIP. Kyra smiled and shook her head quietly. Then she turned to face you once more.
Wow.
Sorry about that, Ara. Here I was trying to strike up a conversation with you, and Cliff just had to butt in. I don't butt in. She eyed him, chuckling in disbelief. He wasn't exactly disapproving her point with that. That's funny. Kyra leaned over to whisper to you. It's okay, he likes to be included, but since Clifford insisted on cooking all by himself, he'll have to wait. The two of us can chat. Her next question continues to be said in a hushed tone just to be safe. So, how are you doing? You didn't reply to it. I'm not really sure things are okay. Oh, I'm good. I'm doing good. Are we good? We'll be a little awkward because we still don't know why we're here. Kyra didn't seem too convinced by your awkward phrasing, but she nodded anyway. She opened her mouth to say something more, but some lightly pounding footsteps caught your attention. You checked to see Cove emerge from the hall a few moments later. He might have heard all the commotion and left his room to see what was going on. Quickly took stock of the situation. Oh, he's happy. That's so cute. Alright, you made it. Thanks for coming. Cove's voice was unnaturally loud, as though he wouldn't be able to hear him from where you were, only a few steps away. Hello, Cove. You gave a shy wave, then felt a little stupid for her. You put your arm back down. It was when you glanced away from Cove that you spotted his parents watching the two of you interact. Cove noticed their stares too, meeting them with narrowed eyes.
So...
Are we having dinner now? Not yet, but I'm still cooking. Alright, I'm gonna go back to my room. As he turned to leave, he bent his head to the side to face you. You coming? The question was quiet, but you heard it clearly. You smiled, pleased that he asked, and nodded in the affirmative. Cove turned fully and made his way down the hall. Have fun, you two. We'll call you when food's ready to go. With that, you followed after Cove. The two of you made your way down the hall. This is the first time we're gonna see his room. This was the first time. Oh, okay. If it was 5 years of friendship, this would not be the first time we were invited to. Maybe rarely, because he seems to come over to our house more. So we'll do rarely. Cove got to the door first, opening it and stepping inside. You joined him. Oh, he has an aquarium. He likes fishing. Oh, his surfboard. Our room's nicer, Cove, sorry. But I like the blue bed. I like your plant too. I'm gonna name it Gerald. There was a mat on the floor in front of you. As you stepped over the threshold into his room, you felt the crunch of sand beneath your feet. The sensation was nothing new to you, of course. Cove constantly came back to his room covered in sand, not bothering to clean himself off at the front door, and got it all over his personal space. That's just how he was. A little bit of a mess. You haven't heard Mr. Holden ever scold him for it, not like your moms would have if you've done it. You could sit wherever you want. Cove himself took a seat at the edge of his large bed, looking like the picture of comfort, and you left you to decide. You didn't sit anywhere. You sat down on the chair. You sat next to Cove on his bed, sure. Cove smiled when you made yourself at home beside him. Oh! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much, I should save too. This reminds me to save. Okay. Thank you so much, Ami. Thank you for raiding. How was your stream? Welcome, raiders. Welcome to... Oh, thank you for following Deca Alex 1. Thank you so much. Hello. I did ASMR. Oh, how did it go? I actually like ASMR. How did it go? Yeah, we're playing Welcome, Raiders. My name is Arabella or Ara, and oh, I'm your raid. That's so cute. Yep, the clown knows. And I do deserve it for always getting nervous every time I get raided. But yeah, I have something written down to say, but it always feels too formal. But yes, welcome. We're playing a visual novel dating sim. Thank you for the boof, Haru. Thank you for following Vilbury. I'm so sorry if I said your name wrong. But thank you so much. Yeah, we're playing a visual novel / dating sim called Our Life Beginnings and Always. Right now we're in the teenage stage where we're 13. It was very chill. It was mostly just chatting. Well, that's still nice as an ASMR. Good enough. You did well. Thank you. All the little twerking emotes. That's so cute. Thank you so much. I don't think Star's here, so I'm gonna do I actually forgot the command. Is this how sorry if I get this wrong, Ami. Thank you, Froggy, for redeeming Trixie. If you guys don't know, this is Trixie, my magical cat. And you could pet her with the commands. Or with, you could pet her with the commands, or actually pet her with channel points. Thank you for petting Trixie Thank you for petting Trixie Froggy. I almost said petting Froggy Trixie again. Like last time. Third arm? It's a magical arm. No, yes, it's a magical arm. She's a magical cat, so she could summon it. I'm doing the shout out. Yeah, I'm doing the shout out. Sorry. I was just explaining some things. Oh, thank you for following Shady Man. Oh, Shady Man, how are you doing? How are you all doing? Okay, let me see. Did I do it? Oh, there we go. Hey, how's it going? It's going good. We're playing a visual novel. No, oh no, Froggy, you shouldn't have tempted fate. You got a good number before. I died this time. Oh no, I'm sorry, Froggy. But yeah, I'm doing good, Shady. How are you? But yeah, if you want to see all the commands I have, you can look at the About Me section. And also we have the little simping shrimp, because everyone simps for the moms in this game. Everyone who I just wanted to do something nice. Aw. I'm sorry. I'm alright. Poof. Pet. Yeah. 46 scratches. Wow. That's just some Froggy got. But I think the least amount of scratches, I forgot who got it, but it was 2. Yeah, Trixie's a little mean. She's a little menace. But yes, thank you, Ami, for the raid. And thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for the follows. And if did I miss anyone? I'm sorry. I always get flustered. I'm a scuff magician. And I'm a clown most of the time. As people say. That I'm more of a clown than magician. That's why we have the clown nose redeem. Okay, let's get back to the game. But thank you again, Ami, for the raid. Hold on, let me write something down. Okay, there we go, got it. Magician, can you make an office gal appear? No. I'm specialized in card tricks, as you can see. And I can't, and also making Trixie appear. Well, she does that herself, but I'm more. Can you get me a queen then? Sorry, I just got here. Welcome, Raiders. No, it's okay, Star. It's okay, Star. Welcome back. Can you get me a queen then? Probably not. Oh, a card. Yes, a card. Yes, I can. I thought you meant like an actual queen. I'm a clown. I'm a dumbass. Thank you for filling up Star's beer mug, Froggy. Okay, let's get back to the game. A queen to simp for. Oh no. I mean, there's a bunch of mobs in this game that this visual novel I'm playing that everyone simps for. And like I said, that's why we have the little shrimp here. We haven't named them yet, so if you guys want to help me name the shrimp, go ahead and throw out some names and we could pick one. The shrimp is only here when we play this game. Okay. Right now we are with Cove in his room. And we're 13, so simp the shrimp. Simp the shrimp, queen, simp the shrimp. Yeah, that's what we've been calling him, Froggy. Or calling her, I don't know. I don't know. Calling them. Right now it's just simp. The shrimp. Hope smiled when you made yourself. I got scratched under 54 times. Oh, you did? Let me see. Did I miss that? Oh my gosh, you did. There's also a fight command where you could fight Trixie. But, so you could try that and see if you do any better. But yeah, like I said, all the commands, we have a few fun ones are in the about section. It seems like Star knows everyone. But it's nice to meet all of you. Okay, now let's get back to the game. Co smiled when you made yourself at home. You stared at the bright fish. Oh, whoops. When you made yourself at home. With the silence growing, your gaze began to drift. You stared at the bright fish swimming in the tank. Right. Oh yeah, the fight command is only for fighting Trixie, but there's a sacrifice command that you can use on other people and a hug command you can use with other people. Right now, the fight command is just for Trixie, Deca. Yeah, those are some of the sacrifice. Oh no, you already got sacrificed by Froggy. Oh wait, I just realized there's a command we could also use. Excuse me. For you specifically because you have Alex in your name. Sorry, Deca. Sacrifice midnight at midnight Froggy for. Did it work? Why didn't it work? There shouldn't be a cooldown, I don't think. Oh, there they are. There's the punches. Just so you know, the punches are not for you. No matter what anyone says, they're for Stardew Valley, Alex. So don't worry. Okay, let's get back to the game. I'm so sorry, but I think the punches are being uh made towards you right now, Deca. Deca Alex. What do you prefer, Deca, if I'm saying that right, or Alex? What do you prefer to be called? There were a bunch of them floating to and fro in the open space. They stood out starkly against the green aquarium plants. How long have you had those fish?
Yes.
My dad bought them for me not very long after I moved here. I guess it's been years now. Wow, that's a long time. You peered carefully into the tank. The fish looked to be doing well. He must take good care of them. Most of them were small, but there was one especially big one. What are their names? I don't name them. Well, not really. You lifted an eyebrow at that. He continued the explanation sheepishly.
I mean,
Mostly, I just call them things based on what they look like. Squirt for a small one, tangerine for a really orange one, that sort of thing. Whichever works for you. Oh, okay. I'll call you, for this dream, Alex probably works better. For this stream. I think you mean star. I was like, dream. Okay, Alex works. I'll call you Alex then. Stream, yeah. I've had a lot of fish and I'm not good at coming up with names. You found that surprising, you found that funny, you found that relatable, you found that funny. Who knew that was a weakness of his? It was an entertaining revelation. Oh, a couple of them have other types of names. He pointed out a small orangish red fish. This is all a dream. All of it is a dream. None of this is real. It was minding its own business away from the others. My dad named her Dreamcatcher, and the other one's Mark. Mom came up with that one. Cove smiled to himself, his eyes reflecting the glow from the tank. You let other people name your fish?
it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Thanks for the save, Froggy. He turned to you, tilting his head to the side. There was a considering look on his face. Do you want to name one? Yeah, let's be excited. His smile grew a little at your enthusiasm. Cool. There's a few who don't have names right now, the newer ones. You can pick which you want to name. You point to each of the recent acquisitions out to you. The first was the smallest fish in the tank. It was completely orange and zipped all over the place, running laps around the others. The second was slightly bigger and red. Its tail was dotted with black spots which almost resembled freckles. The last fish was the biggest one. It was multicolored, scaled, rippled under the bright light of the tank as it slowly made its way across the vast expanse. Sacrifice. That's a lot of power Trixie got from Froggy. You went with, let's go with the biggest fish, because it's rainbow, and I like rainbows. I've died twice now. Oh no, poor Froggy. Froggy be honest, do you die the most in my streams, or do you like die at all in other streams? I feel like you die in my streams a lot. Oh no, no, Star, no, don't do the poop command. Well, I'm gonna keep playing and just ignore that. Cove only nodded at your answer, waiting on you to decide on a suitable name. You watched the fish and you chose closely. As you did, a name eventually came to you. Ara, Cove, type in your own answer. Gil, Sunbeam, Frank. Frank is funny. Frank is kind of funny. We can go with like, it would match Mark. I die the most in your streams, Ara, but I do die in other streams. Aw, but it's the most in my streams. I'm so sorry. Oh, what is that emote, Alex? Oh, I just wash it down with beer. I just wash it down with beer. The poop. Oh my gosh. Ew. Sunbeam's cute. Should we type in our own answer to name the fish? Or should we just continue and name it Frank? What do you guys think? We're naming a big rainbow fish that he's got. Oh, I think you could see it there. It's like in the fish tank. Gil is kind of boring. Sunbeam is cute. Frank I like. Ara and Cove, nah. Or we could type in our own answer. What should we go with? A rainbow fish. I'm bad at coming up with names. But let's type in... Oh, Bubble's cute. Oops, more beer. Let's name it, name the fish, that's a good one. Abracadabra, yeah. There we go, abracadabra. This time it will be actually abracadabra and not like in Coffee Top where we were abracadabra. We are not naming fish. I knew you would say that, Star. But yes, abracadabra is a good one. Do I just press enter? Right, it's abracadabra. With that, his attention moved from you to the tank. He peered fondly at it and its inhabitants. He smiled proudly at abracadabra as it swam through the tendrils of plants, disappearing then reappearing soon after. You know, I'm not allowed to have pets in my house, not even fish. The corners of Cove's lips turned down at that. That doesn't sound fair. It's not like fish would make a mess of your house or anything. You just gotta take care of their tank and feed them and they'll be okay. I don't mind too much, right? My mom can be strict over the weirdest things sometimes. I get it. I don't mind it too much. Yeah. They trust Elizabeth and me to go around the neighborhood alone, but they won't let us have a pet? It doesn't make sense. Maybe when you're older they'll let you? I don't know, they seem pretty against it. Your current conversation brought to mind a memory from years ago. 8-ball, fish the fish. The magic 8-ball, try again later. Memory from years ago. It started coming out with no warning, earning you a brief confused look from Cove. One time Lizzie or Elizabeth came back from playing at the beach and hid in her room. She came down for food, but then she ran back upstairs after. It was hard to understand. Our moms left her alone at first. That night, Mom went to her room to say goodnight and she screamed. Ma and I went over to see what was wrong. We found Lizzie with a big lizard in her arms. Oh, wow. Cove's eyebrows rose at that and he leaned forward in interest.
Really?
Really? A lizard? Where'd that come from? Elizabeth said she saw it half faded in sand and didn't know what it was. She picked it up to find out, then she brought it home. This game is fishy. Nice pun. She hid the lizard in her room for the whole day because she wanted to keep it. Mom and Ma were upset at her. They worried about putting it out during the night, but she was going to have to let it go in the morning. Lizzie was really sad. She did release the lizard, but she wouldn't talk to anyone for days. When she did stop being unhappy, it was almost like it never happened. You shook your head thinking back at the time. Elizabeth has always been stubborn, but when she was younger, she forgot grudges easily. Now it wasn't so easy. Abracadabra the fish. Come back later. I'm sleeping. The 8-ball seems really sleepy. First a hazy reply and now a literal I'm sleeping. Cove had been quiet for the most of the story, apart from the reveal of the lizard. He had a thoughtful look on his face. I can't even imagine what it'd be like to have a sibling. You gave him serious thought to his statement before you told him. You're lucky to be an only child. There are ups and downs. It's fun. It's nice in general, but my sister is Elizabeth. It's a nice idea in general, but my sister is Elizabeth. I don't know how to explain what it's like. There are ups and downs. It's fun to have her there when she wants to be there, but now Elizabeth barely feels like hanging out with me. Cove pursed his lips at the words, considering them quietly for a while.
Cool.
That's interesting. I think your family is cool. He didn't have much else to say, though while on the topic of your family, you consider your relationship with your moms too. You got along with your moms? They were absolutely the best. You thought your moms were okay? You found your moms to be... No. Our moms were awesome. Other than the pet thing. You couldn't even consider having another opinion. You couldn't have better parents. Well, say what you want about them, but at least your mom's never tried to pay someone to be your friend. Oh my god. I forgot about that. Is Froggy a Froggy a fish? You may rely on it. Oh no. Oh, but yeah, at the beginning of this game when we were... No, I'm a frog! Oh no. Oh no, Froggy! I'm sorry. But at the beginning of this game, Cove's dad, when we were like 10, at the age of 10 in this game, or no, 8, we were 8 in this game, Cove's dad paid us to be his friend, basically. He gave us $20 and we still haven't told Cove. And it's been like 5 years. Don't worry, Froggy. I believe you're a frog. But the star doesn't seem to. The thought prompted you to look over at Cove. He probably still didn't know that happened. Oh, thank you for the lurk, Shady Man. Thank you for cleaning Trixie's litter box. It's just click I played the alpha for this game. It just click I played the alpha for this game? Sorry, how could you? I trusted you. I know Froggy is not a fish. Then why did you put the fish emote, Star? You doubted that Mr. Holden mentioned it, and you never had. You wonder if you should tell him. It was a long time ago, but you're keeping a secret from Cove. Excuse me? You didn't tell him you weren't sure how to react. You didn't tell him it was a bad time. You didn't tell him. I want the drama. So I'm gonna keep this secret until we're older. You didn't tell him you weren't sure how he'd react. What if he got really upset? Just thinking about his possible reaction made you nervous. Time passed, but you didn't really notice. The two of you were busy making, the alpha test when this was in development. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Haru. Yeah, I really like this game so far. I'm here for the drama, so we're not gonna tell him until we're older. We're gonna let this secret be with us and the guilt eat at us for years. Time passed, but you didn't really notice. No, it wasn't me. More sacrificing Alex. Time passed, but you didn't really notice. The two of you were busy making plans for the rest of the summer and chatting about your respective days. Eventually, you heard a muffled holler from a different part of the house. You and Cove raised your heads in unison.
Oh.
It's time for dinner. It's time for dinner. I still don't know how to do a 13-year-old's voice. Cove watched the firmly shut door he had been locked behind for most of the night, but he didn't make a move to get up from the bed. Is Star the imposter? Better not tell you now. Everyone be scared. You couldn't see his face, so you didn't know what expression he was wearing. I'm glad you came. Cove peeked at you from the side. It's been awkward. Oh, yeah. You wish you had something nice or comforting to say to that. Hopefully just being there for him was enough. Cove said nothing else and remained sat where he was. Now would be a good time to ask him why his parents so suddenly wanted you to come over. Yeah, we'll ask him. Is there a reason? What did it say? Log? Is there a reason they wanted me to come over tonight? Sorry, I didn't read that out. It hasn't been awkward just me. Sometimes it gets like this when no one else is around, but now you're here. Huh, you hadn't considered that, but it sort of made sense in a way. There was another shout from outside, too muffled to actually know the words, but you could imagine what they were. Let's go. Cole finally got up, lumbering his way away with his shoulders sagged. You followed after him. Am I a frog? Outlook not so good. No imposter here. Maybe Froggy's the imposter. I hate you, 8-Ball. Maybe Froggy's the imposter. She's actually a fish instead of a frog. She's been an imposter frog. Together, the two of you made your way back to the living room. Oh my gosh, he looks so much like Clavier, it freaks me out. As expected, Coast Trans were politely waiting for you at the kitchen table. Besides the window overlooking the back of the house, food had been prepared and set. Mr. Holden beamed as you and Cove took your places. I hope everyone's hungry. I cooked up a feast. I'm a frog, not a fish. Not according to the 8-Ball, Froggy. But we do know the 8-Ball lies. A lot. Is Froggy the imposter? I don't know. Blame. Oh, that's a. I think that's the person that made this command for mix it up. I think that's what that means. So if like anything goes wrong, just blame the person who made it. I think that's what it means. Cause I always was so confused on what that meant. Are you doubting Froggy? No. No, I'm not. I already told her I believe she's a frog. I'm just putting the possibility out there that she might be an imposter because of the 8-ball. I'm just making jokes. It's all just jokes. I would never actually believe that she was a fish. I 100% believe she's a frog. She's taught me frog language, so I have to believe her.
Yeah.
I know I am. Yeah. Cole's mumbled response wasn't nearly as upbeat as theirs. His parents didn't notice, or they pretended not to. Mr. Holden instead looked at you, grinning.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh, why is his lines are always so much louder than everyone else's, and it scares me. Let's all just take a moment to thank our special guest for being with us here tonight. I'm so glad you were able to make it, Ara, and on such short notice, too. You felt awkward about the situation. You didn't say anything. You thanked Cove's parents back for inviting you. Thanks for inviting me.
Alright.
Well, that's it. Everyone, please dig in. You can help yourself to the food. Upon it is occurring, you look over the meal spread out in front of you. There was a large garden salad in the center. Ugh. Surrounded by a variety of Mexican dishes. Ooh. There was lots of sides and optional sausage salad. Okay. This kind of surprised you. Yeah, we'll say this surprised us. You had no idea what you expected for dinner, but it wasn't this. Utensils and plates scraped and clinked together as the group began filling their plates. Cliff, could you pass the salsa verde? Of course.
Thanks.
Thank you. Let me just say you really outdid yourself tonight. I'm so jealous. Jealous of what? Your cooking's nothing to sneeze at, Kyra. Cove's parents made small talk, filling the silence with what seemed to be barely an effort. You weren't sure what to say, nor did you want to interrupt them by blurting something out. But without warning, Cove's parents started pulling you into the small talk. Alright, do you want anything from my area of the table? Say the word and I'll hand it right over. I'm good, Mr. Holden, but thank you.
Marvelous.
You should try some of the guacamole, Ara. It's been a while since I've had Cliff's, but I remember it being amazing.
Aw.
You are too kind. Everything looks great, Dad, as always. Thanks, Fork. Glad you think so. Didn't he used to be a bad chef, or was enchiladas with tamales and beans and rice? Yes! That sounds so good. Yes, I want that now. Oh my gosh, I want that. My favorite food is actually entomatadas. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation. I don't speak Spanish. Yeah, the foodie most. But yeah. Oh no, oh no, I'm hungry now too. Yeah. Cove smiled. It was genuine, even if it was strained at the corners. Brief silence interspersed the small talk. Once the food had been divided and things settled down, Cove's parents started talking again. Now then. Excuse me? You sat up in your seat when you noticed they were both looking at you.
How's it going?
How's everything been at your house? Are your moms well? You been keeping busy this summer? Or maybe you're just trying to take it easy during the break. You were surprised, but you didn't mind the interest. You were more than happy to answer. You felt overwhelmed by the sudden rush of questions. You were surprised, but you didn't mind the interest. I've actually never had butter chicken, Alex. But that sounds good, but I've never had it. You hadn't expected so many questions all at once. Still, what else was there to talk about apart from how the summer was going? You mentioned the thing you'd done this summer. You told them how your moms were doing. You answered how things were. Let's say the things we did this summer. I'm not sure where to start. There's so many things that happened. You should know that what I've been up to since so much has included your family. I haven't really done much. So many things that happened. Mr. Holden's brows raised when you answered with that. You sure are keeping yourself busy. I could learn a thing or two from you. You answered how things were. Oh, we get to answer all of them. Okay. It's been good. It's not that great. I'd rather not talk about. It's been good.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's wonderful. Tell them how your moms are doing. Moms are great. Same as always. But that's so rude. You should ask my parents about it yourself. You're not gonna be rude. They invited me to dinner. Mom took us out for dessert a couple weeks ago since her project went really well. Is that so? I'll have to congratulate her when I see her. And that was that for the question answering. Kyra nodded along. You could tell she was actually listening to the words you were saying. She was trying to include you, not humor you. Did you know Cliff? Ara is really into reading? Mr. Holden's face lit up and he stopped eating so he could lean forward, his arms braced against the table.
Nice work.
Oh, that's right. Very cool. I'm pretty serious about it. It's just a hobby. Oh, it's not a big thing. At this age, 13, I watched a video of a guy cooking butter chicken. He used the butter chicken sauce with steak. Huh. I like steak, but yeah, I don't even know what butter chicken sauce looks like or tastes like. Did it turn out good? Just a hobby. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good to do things just for fun. Everyone needs a hobby. I've been thinking of picking up wood carving myself. You couldn't tell how serious he was being about that declaration. Thanks. Cole's parents were definitely the encouraging type, but you could already tell that much about them. Hey, why am I getting bonked? Why am I getting bonked? What'd I do? You're also squishing the poor simp shrimp. There was a long conversation as everyone focused their attention on their respective plates. You noticed, not for the first time, Cole's parents were the ones guiding the conversation. You wondered if you should break the silence this time. You left coming up with the conversation topic to them. It came out so good from how he cooked. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe I'll try it one day. Let's bring up a conversation topic. You hesitated before pushing through your discomfort and speaking unprompted. I just noticed you have a shrimp. Yeah, it's the simp shrimp because everyone always simps for the moms in this game. Chat always simps for the moms. And no one has simped for Cliff yet, who's right here. But everyone simps for like Kyra, who's on the left, and our moms. But there hasn't been too much simping today, so maybe... But this shrimp is going to be out every time we play this game. And also it makes sense because we're kind of like in an ocean. We live near an ocean, so there we go. Makes even more sense. You hesitated before pushing through your discomfort and speaking unprompted. I also like other things. Would you like to tell us more?
Yeah.
That scared me again? Yeah, absolutely. They looked genuinely eager for you to keep talking, so you did. The rest of the dinner continued just like that, with light conversations as you ate your meals. Eventually, all the dishes on the kitchen table were pretty much gone. Kyra set down her fork and rested her arms at her side, letting loose a satisfied sigh. Her plate was completely empty.
Thanks.
That was delish. Thank you for your culinary creations, Cliff. Miss Holden was like a flower soaking up the rays of sun. He beamed flattered by the praise. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this is the last stream with the Sakura petals. Because shouldn't Sakura season be over by now? I would say the name of his YouTube channel, but I feel like I'll get in trouble. Thank you for bonking me with the Sakura petals. Oh no! Now that I said it's the last one, I think I'm gonna get spammed with that. Alex, if you're asking like for if you're asking for like the rules are in the about, but like I wouldn't mind knowing what the channel is. Unless you think you're gonna get in trouble from them. Then I don't know, but I wouldn't mind knowing what the channel is. You didn't eat. No, we ate. You ate a few things. You ate a good amount to be polite. Yes. There had been some work, but at the end of the dinner, your plate was clean. Cope successfully kept his presence to a minimum for the full meal. He was slumped over, even now toying with his silverware. His parents practically only talked to you. Most attempts to entice him to join the conversation failed. Thank you for all the redeems, by the way. It wasn't typical for him to say so little. He at least tried to participate. You didn't get much time to contemplate Code's situation because your attention was taken by Mr. Holden, pointedly clearing his voice. Not to sound like a broken record, but thanks for coming, Ara. I'm glad we finally got the chance to have you over for a real dinner. What? Did I hear that right? This is the first time Ara has ever had dinner here? Why in the world haven't you invited her over sooner? Cove was always the one going over to Ara's house until now. I mean, how was I supposed to reject the generous offers of the Arcanum family to host my kid? The YouTube channel is called Guga Foods. I'll write that down so I can check it out. Because I watch a few cooking YouTube channels. Thank you for the recommendation. I'll try to find that video that you mentioned so I could see what the sauce looks like. Kyra shook her head. The amused smile she was sporting told you that she wasn't actually mad. This guy, honestly. Oh my gosh, she's so close. The three of you looked at Cove in unison. His small sound being more than enough to get the focus on him after his silence. By now he stopped fiddling with his fork.
I mean...
Aww! You're welcome. This is so cute. Would it be alright for Ara to no, that's not a good voice. Would it be alright for Ara to stay over, like, for the night? He shot a shy glance, then smiling a little. If you're cool with that. Mr. Holden's shoulders stiffened. He sat up straighter, eyes darting back and forth between you and Cove. His mouth opened, but not a peep came out. Oh, this is so cute. You never seen Cove's dad say no to him before, but this was different than the usual request. It wasn't so simple, and Mr. Holden was lost. Then Cove's mom reached out and took a hold of his shirt collar. She pulled him closer. She glanced at you two before leaning in and bringing a hand up in front of their faces. The two adults whispered seriously to each other. Cove's eyes opened wider. He leaned forward as if that would help him overhear his parents' conversation. Mr. Holden kept gesturing with his hands while Kyra made sure he didn't get too far away with all his movements. That's funny to imagine. Every now and then both of them would watch you and Cove out of the corner of their eyes. It didn't seem like they were fighting to you. They looked more like some kind of tiny sports team having a private huddle. After a bit they broke... How much do you want to be there being dramatic? After a bit they broke the group up. They moved back to sit properly in their chairs. You snuck a look at Cove. He stared at them expectantly. You were eager to hear their verdict too. We, Kyra and I, think that should be fine, but... He lifted a finger dramatically, his brows raising as he met Cove's gaze and then your own. We'll have to talk with Ara's parents to make sure they'd be comfortable with it. If they are, we can arrange for a sleepover to happen on a different night when everyone is more prepared. If Ara's folks don't like the idea, there's nothing we can do. He finished the mini speech with a wide shrug using his full arms. He also checked out Kyra from the corner of his eye and gave her a crooked smile. She nodded approvingly and grinned back. You thought you saw her give him a thumbs up, but her hand was partially blocked by the table. That's funny. They looked so pleased with themselves over the answer, but they just passed the actual decision on whether it was alright or not to someone else, namely your parents. If this was a sports game, they would have punted the ball away. They look so proud of themselves. Cove hung his head deflated. He had been hoping you could stay over today, not some hypothetical time in the future. We should say it. That's so funny. I'll sneak the phone into my room tonight. You patted him on the back. You gave him some word of encouragement. Hey, you could always sneak into my room again. If you didn't know, that happened at the beginning of this summer. That was funny. I'll sneak the phone in your room tonight. You pouted about it too. I don't want to say this just in case we say it out loud and we get in trouble. We'll say this, because this seems like we're whispering it to him. If you get home, you're home from 2, then we can still talk even though I'll be back home. Cove's eyes sparkled at the suggestion. It may or may not end up being possible, but it was worth trying. With that, dinner finally came to an end. Miss Holden stood up from the table and began collecting empty plates. Cove was asked to help out, which he did with little fuss. Kyra tried to lend a hand as well, however Mr. Holden didn't let her. It seemed she was barred from cleaning as well as cooking. You weren't allowed to chip in either, since you were there as a declared guest of honor. Although the meal was over, the night wasn't. It looked like you weren't going home just yet after all. You were asked to wait on the couch. While Cove and his dad were cleaning up the mess, Kyra disappeared down the hall after shooting you a wink. It was a bit strange sitting by yourself while everyone else had something to do. Luckily, you weren't alone for too long. After a couple minutes, Cove's mom returned with a deck of cards in hand. She strolled into the room confidently while shuffling. So, who's up for a few rounds? Cove and his dad looked over their shoulder at the question. They were mutually intrigued by the cards in her hands. She beamed at their expressions and stepped further into the living room. Ignoring the couches, she sat cross-legged on the floor by the coffee table. She turned to you and gestured at the space beside her, smiling invitingly. You accepted and followed her lead. The living room carpet was soft, though the hardwood floor underneath could definitely still be felt. Kyra did an overhand shuffle while she waited for the others to finish their tasks. The smile had yet to leave her lips.
Great.
This is gonna be good. You were kind of annoyed, you were bored, you were nervous, you were excited, you enjoyed her enthusiasm. Cove's mom was funny, upbeat, and easygoing. You leaned closer to watch her expertly shuffle the cards. It didn't take much longer for Cove and his dad to wrap things up enough to call it good. Cove's dad appeared first, followed closely behind Cove. Mr. Holden rubbed his hands together in anticipation. Alright, I'm ready. As he took a seat across from you on the floor, you noticed that Cove hadn't joined him. He went straight down the hall instead without even a word. You started on confused that he disappeared through his bedroom door. Cove's parent didn't look concerned at the stunt. Kyra nonchalantly split the deck of cards into two and rifled the halves together while offering an explanation of sorts. Oh, Cove doesn't keep his wallet with him when at home. He puts it away. What? Cove quickly returned to the living room with a black wallet in his hand. He took a place at the foot of the table with the rest of you. You blinked as Cove unzipped his wallet. Do you bet real money on card games with your family? While you sat there, your hands idle in your lap, the three shot looks at one another and sized each other up.
Yeah.
That's right, $5 per round per person. Winner takes all. Go big or go home. Oh, are you planning on kicking Ara to the curb, or do you intend on donating to the guest and honors pot, Mr. High Roller? Mr. Roller narrowed his eyes and leaned back against the side of the couch, completely at ease.
No worries.
If Ara wants to play, I'll fund her way. Don't worry about that. He rested an arm on top of the knee that he propped up. Cove's dad was acting slick in a way you'd never seen before. They're expert at this. You felt awkward about the situation. You joke that you shouldn't be so confident. You appreciated his offer. His surety was pretty appealing. Let's joke that he shouldn't be so confident. Are you sure? Addie and me could be spelling your doom. Right, you are, Ara. I hope you can back that attitude up. You know I can, Kyra. You can let me pay for Ara. She's my friend. Miss Holden grinned with a chuckle. All right, bud, I concede. You're too polite for me. Well, you've got your ticket. Interested in throwing in? Glance around. This seemed to be a serious business. In response to your consternation, Kyra softened her competitive smile. Don't worry too much. We'll probably just do some rounds of Go Fish tonight. No biggie. This is so cute. What do you think? You joined in. You said your jaw and nodded at her. Mr. Holden gave you a big thumbs up while Cove nodded firmly back. You left it all to luck. You were always bad at Go Fish. You were decent at Go Fish. Go Fish. Go Fish is the one, we'll say we're decent. Sometimes you won, sometimes you lost. You'd like to think you weren't bad at it, though. Fantastic. We'll play for however long everyone wants to keep going, or until people start running out of cash, but are still refusing to quit while they're behind. Speaking for yourself, I see. With a laugh, Kyra nudged you using an elbow, then motioned towards the other two with her chin. Don't be fooled by their soft faces. These boys are sharks. In reaction to our words, Mr. Holden smirked and Cove's eyebrows became more angled. Oh, they did. His squiggly eyebrows became more angled. Kyra's phrasing made you think back to when you were young. Specifically of Mr. Holden's favorite shark pants that you used to wear all the time. Oh, do I remember that? I don't remember that. Perhaps they had been a fit for him in ways you didn't know of. You could feel the tension in the air. Cove and his parents glued their eyes to one another, then all placed $5 bills in an empty space in front of them. Cove dropped an extra one for you, giving you a tiny smile after he did. Once this was done, Kyra began dealing out cards to everyone. It was time to begin. I've never played any card game with real money. Have any of you? Because I never have. The first round came and went quickly, with the group getting into the groove of things. You won right away, which meant you had money to keep playing the second round. You're a natural. Nicely done. You better keep those wits about you for the next round, though. As the night went on, so did the games. Mr. Holden would jokingly shake his fist whenever someone other than him got a pair. Kyra acted as the news anchor, reporting on every move everyone made by speaking into her curled fist. Cove was still a few words, but now it was because he was focused on the game instead of overcome with awkwardness. Most of the time, you even spotted a smile on his lips. Aww. You didn't win many of the games, but the others always chipped in for you. In fact, it was always a bit of a fight over who got to be your backer. It became clear that where the money went in the moment didn't really matter. They ended up giving back to one another in other ways, and not just through more rounds of cards. You sat back looking over the scene. A tiny smile grew on your face. Cove's family was pretty cool, you thought. You were glad you got this chance to come over and spend time with the three of them. Aw, that was cute. That was really cute. Okay, let's do summer work and then we'll do escapade and then we'll save. Then we'll end it there and save soiree, however the fuck you pronounce that. I don't know. However you pronounce that, we'll save that for the next time we play, so we get a little bit so we get what's it called? What's it called? Oh my god. Like a refresher, I guess, of what we're doing. Summer work. You stared out the window, watching the scenery pass by as your mom drove down the quiet streets at a leisurely pace. A singer crooned sweetly from the radio, turned low enough that you could block it out if you wanted. You turned away from the window when your mom suddenly spoke up. Well, kids, are you excited to be going to the library? Sure, I like the library. Mom laughed, catching your eye in the rearview mirror and winking. I don't know why I asked, I already know how you feel about it. Taking a trip down to the library had always been something you enjoyed.
So,
What about you, Cove? You're part of the conversation too.
Not really.
Not really. If I didn't have school stuff to do, I would probably be somewhere else. Probably surfing, huh?
I see.
I get it. I wasn't so keen on the library in my day either. Really? Well, no, unless you count under 6 years old as my day. She grinned over the two of you briefly. Mom refocused on driving, humming along to the radio under her breath. You went back to staring outside. As you passed one street, you caught a glimpse of someone in a brightly covered clothing passing out balloon animals. Oh, it's me! It's me, because I'm a clown sometimes. It sparked a faraway memory, and you felt your lips twitching up before consciously remembering why. It seemed like ages ago now that you and Cove watching the amazing Alexander put on a show. Oh, wait, it's the magician! It's not a clown. It's the magician we saw. The amazing Alexander. No, put the clown motes away. It's actually a magician. And this one was not a clown. I remember that. That was cute. For a second, the urge to reminisce made words line up in the back of your tongue, but you pushed them down after a second, content to smile alone. What? You blinked, startled to see Cove looking directly at you. Told Cove, yeah, let's tell him. Do you remember the amazing Alexander? He gave us dolphin balloons.
Oh.
Oh, right. That was a while ago. Cove smiled faintly. It was the first time we ever went down that street together, I think. I miss my balloon. He was a good dolphin for that one afternoon I had him. No, not the clown emotes. Yeah, hey Cove, what were you doing? What were you going to name your balloon? You never told me. Oh yeah, his balloon popped. I forgot about that. Or was it our balloon that popped? I forgot. I don't know. I can't remember what Kid Me was thinking. Probably something obvious like Flipper. You couldn't help the way your own smile curled up higher at the sentiment. You wanted to say something else, but couldn't quite think of what, and so you settled back into your seat. When silence filled the car again, you turned your attention to the window. It was an absolutely gorgeous day. This looks so pretty. You leaned your face to the sunshine, tempted to close your eyes at the as the gentle rays warmed your cheeks. Ara? Huh? You lifted yourself up a bit more, seeing your mom twisting her torso to face you confused from the front seat of the car. Sorry, your clown nose redeem not working? It's not? What? It should be. Sorry, if you tried to redeem it, let me redeem it for you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh no, so there we go. There you go. There you go, Star. Sorry about that. For some reason, you always have trouble with the redeems, and I don't know why. Excuse me? You lifted yourself up a bit. Okay, yeah, we read this. Next to you was nothing. Cove's door was already open. You had reached the destination before you even realized it. I was asking what time I should pick you two up. 4 should be okay. That should give you enough time to finish your summer assignments or at least make a large enough dent. Thanks, Mom. You hopped out of the car. There's no one here. You hopped out of the car, remembering to grab your backpack at the last second. Alright then, have fun, you two. We will. You closed the door, giving a little wave. She waved back. You're going to make sure that you understood the material forwards and backwards, or else your grades might not be what you need them to be. The two of you went right to the door of the library. Cove reached it first and tugged it open, stepping inside. He kept it propped open so you could pass through behind him. I remember this library. We played hide and seek in here with Cove. This is so cute. The air was much cooler inside the building than it had been for the few seconds you spent outdoors. The space was filled with the soft din of papers being moved and whispered voices. Hey, you seem kind of distracted on the ride here. Want to walk around here? I'm excited to see Derek. I'm just enjoying the day. Yeah, just enjoying the day. Cove looked dubious at the vague answer. Okay. What, you don't think it's nice out? I do. Your study buddy was standing in front of the library by a long rack of magazines. Oh, it's Derek! Derek, we're gonna do your route another time. I'm sorry, dude. Predictably, he was flipping through one of the various sports players on the cover. Flipping through one with various sports players on the cover, looking intense enough to burst off the page. His head snapped up when you walked over, beaming widely. Oh god. I forgot what voice I gave you. And he's our age, by the way. It's just Cove is really tall. He's 13. He looks 10, but he's 13. Hey, Cove. I don't know. His voice is gonna be like Cove's. I don't know how to do a guy's 13-year-old voice. I'm bad at that. Hi, were you waiting for a while? Not super long. Derek put the magazine back in its place, then he gestured at the space at his side. Most of the tables were empty, only a few people leafing through books. There's plenty of room. In unspoken agreement, the three of you started moving towards the seating area, Derek taking 2 steps for every one of Cove's. Oh, guess what? I'm pretty sure I've mastered the fake shot. I'll show you some other time. Derek looked over to gauge the level of interest. Do you know it? Soccer's not really for me. All the sporty stuff Cove liked was beach related. Surfing, snorkeling, bodyboarding. And he didn't play a lot of team games, but he did like doubles volleyball. Ooh! I like volleyball. How does it go? Derek's eyes flashed with excitement as he explained.
Okay.
Well, you move the ball like you're going to go one way then. He demonstrated by running a few steps ahead, showing off some fancy footwork. Show off the blue lock skills. BRB, okay, Star. You do it like this, so it does it like that. You all laughed, bobbing your head at his attempt to get the trick across with no ball. It had to be something pretty cool. You'd seen what he could do for real back when you helped him babysit. Shh! The three of you looked over to the checkout desk. The librarian stood behind it and was wearing a deep frown. You were apologetic. You didn't think it was a big deal. You felt bad. You were apologetic. You mouthed sorry and she sighed before turning back to the book she was reading. Derek scratched his cheek, choosing not to let that derail things.
Oops.
So, what are you guys working on? Yeah, you had yet to start a single assignment because you didn't feel like it. You had yet to start a single assignment, sadly. There were some things you had gotten started with. What weren't you working on? In summer, I never wanted to do... did we have... when I was a kid, summer work was, like, optional. If you wanted, like... So, I never did it. If I remember correctly, anyway. It might be different. I don't remember. Or did we even have summer work, or was that for something else? I don't remember. You had a few assignments to work on, but you hadn't sat down and decided which to focus on this afternoon or anything. You just grabbed all of them and checked them in your backpack. You figured you'd pick when the time came. Oh, definitely not math. I think I'll work on my history assignment. History is more interesting than math. Sorry. Sorry to everyone that likes math, but I hate math. We had to do this timeline thing. It made sense to work on that while you were here, since you probably need to consult the reference books. There's some summer reading too I have to get through an inside book, but I'm gonna do that later since it doesn't need extra references or anything. What about you two? I've got a few worksheets. Oh god, this voice. They looked pretty easy, but my school gave us 3 books to read. Can't they just stick with just one? I'm also doing the timeline. Oh, this is cute. You all found a table close to the tall bookshelves and set up camp. Within seconds, pencils and folders and books were strewn out on the surface. You just looked out the window again. We doodled. You had been hard at work, but after some of your attention began to wander, before you knew it, you were scribbling on the margins of your paper instead. You were in the middle of attempting a shark with toothy jaws open wide when you felt someone looking at you. You glanced up, seeing Cove looking over your scribbles. Feeling awkward for being caught and not actually doing homework, you went back to looking over your book.
Nice.
Oh, this is cute. It's nice. Are you gonna do the rest at the second dorsal fin? At the second dorsal fin? He pointed to a spot on the unfinished shark. Yeah, thanks. You pushed forward with your scribbly creation. After some time, Cove shifted in his seat, twisting his back as if trying to work knots out of it. You tilted your head, eyebrows raised in a silent question. I've been sitting too long. I'm gonna get up for a little while. Okay, I'm gonna stay here. I'm making good progress. I'll come with you. Sorry, Derek. This is not your route. You might as well take the opportunity to refresh yourself before getting back to work. The two of you strolled away from where you've been working. Your eyes roamed over the titles of books as you passed by. Some were dull, some were intriguing, and others were just strange. But you didn't spot anything that made you pause to pick it up. Looking for something? Always. The reading assignment is more than enough. No, but something might catch my eye. Always. I tear through books. At this age, I did. Specifically, I loved all the books we had to do for like reading class. Like what is it called? English. And I loved the Percy Jackson series, but I didn't read the whole thing. I just read the main Percy Jackson series. But like the stories that came after I haven't read, which I still want to read, but I just don't have the books. I have like 5 books that I bought when I was like 15, and then I got uninterested in reading like a little while after, so I haven't read them. I'm awful. But at this age, at 13, I was tearing through books. I might go out of here if there's enough time. This comment reminded you of the clock ticking away. Even after you finish your work for the summer, the countdown to the new school year will still be on track. Before you know it, we'll be back at class. Yeah, we just got out and it's almost here again. Are you looking forward to going back? Cole gave you a wry smile. No, I still never want summer to end. He wistfully let his gaze go distant. He wrapped his arm around himself. You weren't sure if his longing for the beach or if his longing was for the beach or for the concept of summer itself. Summer means you can do whatever you want. I wish everything wasn't always decided for me. I want to grow up already. Trust me, it's not the best. It's not all it's... Growing up is not always fun, Cove. Cove didn't feel safe knowing it was others who would really determine what his life was like. You understood that much. There are some things that are alright, like seeing our classmates and teachers again. Perked up at his own words. Maybe we'll even be in the same classes this year. I hope we are. A smile spread across his face, crinkling his eyes. What about you? Do you want to go back to school already? I like summer. I don't know. No, I don't want summer. No, yeah. It made you stressed just thinking about it. Cove nodded, obviously getting where you were coming from. There was really no getting away from the topic of school right now. It prompted you to think back to the classes you were in. You pursed your lips. Science class, math, no. English class, I liked English. I like English, and I'm bad at art, but I like doing like arts and crafts. When I was at this age too, I like doing the arts and crafts. But I think I enjoyed, at this age, I enjoyed English a lot. You liked the books we had to read in English class. The writing assignments were engaging too. And arts. It wasn't mandatory at your school, but you definitely hoped to participate. And science. You hoped there'd be more cool experiments this coming semester. And that was all. Each lost in your own thoughts, you continued to stroll through the library for a little longer, till Cove caught your attention again. We should probably head back. Alright. Before you could take a step back, Cove cleared his throat, avoiding your gaze. Thanks for listening before. Anytime. Cove smiled, his cheeks, oh my gosh, his cheeks pink. Why do I mix up these words? I don't get it. You jerked your head towards where Derek had been left studying. Time to get back to work. Time to get back to work. Cove and you rejoined with Derek and settled back in as quietly as you could manage. Work continued as normal from there. The sound of shuffling dragged you out of your head. You looked up, surprised to see Derek packing up. You're done? Derek casually shrugged, but you could tell he felt proud to be the first finished. Uh-huh, told you it wasn't anything hard. What are you gonna do now? Was it even worth coming to the library for that? Wish mine was that easy. What are you gonna do now? You wondered how Derek was gonna spend his newfound freedom.
Maybe.
I could look over what you're doing. Maybe I got some tips that'll help. That'd be great.
I got you.
With a smile, Derek leaned over by your table. It took some time to get the gist and point you were in the right direction, but turning it back over to you. Derek leaned on the back of his feet. Okay, I'm gonna look around while you guys finish. See you. Bye.
Bye.
See you. Later on, Cove shifted his seat, closing the book as he looked over the notes he'd been taking. Glancing away, you contemplated what you'd done thus far. You have finished most of the side. I feel like you two you're about half yet. You still had a long way to go. Well, halfway. You weren't exactly pleased to not be further ahead. Still doing it right was more important than doing it fast. Next time you would really have to focus on what you had left. Derek's advice made it easier in the end. Are you about ready? It's almost 4. Yeah, I think so. Come on. The both of you gathered up your books, and after returning the ones you'd used for reference to their proper shelves, set out to find wherever Derek had wandered off to. He was in the biography section. His back was to the two of you, one hand above his head and the other supporting himself against the shelf as he strained to grab one of the books. Hey Derek, we're ready.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He glanced towards the sound of your voice and towards the shelf he was trying to reach. He followed his gaze and took the book. Yeah. Here you go. You held the book out for him. He just stared up at you speechless. Until he eventually accepted the book from your hand and squeaked out a small reply with flushed cheeks. Aw. Thanks. And then the three of you moved to the front of the library to wait for your rides. You stood close to the window and let out a content sigh, feeling the rays warm you from the slightly chilly library interior. Got any plans after this? Gotta work on my technique. Can't get rusty. Nope. Can't get rusty while school's out. Yeah, whatever. That answer was inevitable. Technique for what? Soccer. How about you two? You consider it as a question. Mostly in your case, your mom's had something penciled in for the evening that you'd forgotten. Nothing planned. Me neither. Oh, that's my dad's car. Derek lifted a hand to wave, pushing the door open and heading towards the blue pickup truck waiting in the parking lot.
Talk to you later.
See you, Ara. Bye, Cove. You watched Derek jog off before scanning the area for your mom. You got... did you get everything done? Sort of. I saw you're basically done. He smiled impressed. He felt pretty good about that. I feel like I'll need to come back to the library again before summer is over. I'll come with you. I still have those books to read anyway. You were a little surprised when he said that, mostly because you'd already been picturing Cove there. Thanks. So you want to keep hanging out when we get back? We could do something actually together and not just next to each other at the same table. He looked at you with a wry smile. You gave a shy nod, feeling suddenly nervous. Thanks. The two of you smiled at each other. Oh, this is so cute. Hey, Froggy! Ribbit! It wasn't long before you spied out your mom's car coming down the road. There she is.
All right.
Time to go then. You climbed in his car, sliding into usual seats and buckling the belts. Hey kiddos, did you get a lot done? Yeah.
Nice.
The car shifted into action. You watched as the library shrunk into the distance. It wouldn't be the last time you saw it this summer. Even better, you were going to have good company with you. You're already counting down the days. Mom teased some more information about the day out of you. When she learned you two were planning on returning, she immediately offered to give you a ride next time. You continue to answer Mom's question about what you've been working on, then told her about your plans to stick with Cove after getting back. But soon enough the trip was over, you are right back to your neighborhood. Cove had to run over to his house real quick to drop off his stuff. You also made a pit stop to put your backpack away before heading out again. The two of you regrouped in the middle of the road halfway between your houses. With everything wrapped up, you could now freely enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Your conversation resumed as you both began walking down the streets together. The afternoon came and went, dinner was eaten, and you were cleaning up the dishes left behind from it. Cove had elected to stay for the meal today. He passed you a couple plates to rinse in the sink. Even though he didn't have to, Cove asked to do at least something to help. You scrubbed the last of them and let out a satisfied sigh. Okay, they're done. I'm going upstairs now. You addressed your guests for the evening. Do you want to stay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to go back till later. Thank you for petting Trixie, Froggy. I'm combining all the words today. Take it easy, kids. Thank you for the help. I love our room so much. It's so cute. When you got back to your room, you noticed your backpack from earlier. You figured it would be best to unpack the stuff you needed before going to bed. Cove plopped into your desk chair and spun it around as he got comfortable. He watched you contentedly as you walked across the room. He didn't need or expect you to try entertaining him constantly. It was just nice to be near each other, even when nothing was going on. You hefted your bag onto the bed and it sunk into the comforter. With that, you started to sort through books and paper packets. Not all of the things you need were things you need anytime soon. A small pile of the most important assets began to grow at the side of your backpack until you'd gone over it all. You had actually finished flipping through the contents, but that wasn't all of your work. You suddenly pulled the opening closer and you peered inside. A second look through commenced, and then a third, and then you began to open the smaller pockets. You were missing your history assignment! Oh god. Ara? By this time, Cove could tell something was wrong. The part of your summer work that you had gotten done, and now it was gone. It hadn't been that noteworthy before, but the bag wasn't really zipped when you had first begun to look through. The work could have fallen out somewhere if you had it in the first place. Felt paralyzed, you stressed low, all you could do was shrug. You started to panic. You were upset by the revelation, but you made yourself stay calm. Yes. You caught the problem early. There was still time to make it right. You couldn't lose your head. My history work isn't in my backpack. At your work, Cove jumped out of his seat. No way. That no way was like so out of character for him. Or maybe it is in character, but that was funny. Oh crap, is it somewhere we can look? The bag was kind of open, so... He winced sympathetically. That left a lot of options for where it might be. Most of them bad. You resolved to check the spot the backpack was originally left in. It couldn't hurt to look. With nothing in sight there, you expanded the search to the rest of the space. Cove did his best to stay out of the way while keeping an eye out for your missing work. It was a fruitless effort. Your assignment wasn't here. Let's check downstairs. It might still be in your house someplace. Fine.
How are you?
Well, hello again. Is everything alright? You answered her with a raised voice. You gave a rambly explanation and said, rambly. No, it was. I had it. I did, but when I was getting it out, it wasn't there, and I don't know.
What?
My schoolwork is missing. Oh my gosh, my voice. This was definitely getting to you. You have things that you want to do, that you need to do, and instead you have to worry about this.
I'm so sorry.
Sweetie, I'm so sorry. What's missing? An assignment from school from the library today. Mom's eyebrow was raised with concern at the answer. That's a pickle. I'll call right now. I think they might still be open. You let her go without a word. That's not going to help. Don't worry about it. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Just leave it to me. Cove, honey, can you tell us if there was anything you noticed? You were with Ara, right? I saw the assignment when Ara had it out at the library. I don't remember her putting it away, but I'm pretty positive there was nothing left on the table when we were done. He spoke resolutely, but before now he hadn't considered that something might have been left behind. You had felt the same when leaving, though it was hard not to second guess things now. Oh, 163 scratches. Welcome back, Star. Your mom re-entered the scene a few minutes later. The look on her face was not promising.
Well,
I got a hold on one of the librarians. They don't have any papers with your name on them. Not that they could see anyway. I'm sorry. Thanks for trying. Excuse me. Of course, sorry it was a bust. It's not your fault. Alright, hey, let's go over to my house. I could check my bag. Maybe I took it when we were packing up and didn't notice. Good idea. Things were getting heavy here with your mom's worrying. Maybe he needed to get away from it, or maybe he thought you needed a chance to get away from it. Let's go. Cove nodded and made his way to the door. Your mom stood by with creased brows. Take care, kids. Good luck. Bye, moms. Sorry. Excuse me? You briskly made the trip across the street in less than a minute. You were going through the threshold of Cove's house. Cove had been in a rush earlier today too. His backpack was tossed onto the couch without a thought. No one had moved it since then. You could sit down. You could sit down or anything. I'm gonna look. He lifted up the backpack and zipped it in fluid motion. You were left to wait as you rooted around inside with an unexpected level of seriousness. It wasn't possible to stop Cove on his quest, so you tried to relax in the meantime. Eventually he sighed heavily. Cove's arm still tucked away inside, but the search was over.
Sorry.
Aww. It was obvious there wasn't much of a chance Cove somehow had this whole time. You just shrugged. That's alright. He dropped the backpack on the floor unceremoniously and spoke with a cautious tone.
Are you okay?
Is it? You're really okay? Yeah, I'll ask my mom to pick up another copy and I can do it again, but thanks for checking. That's cool, I'm glad. Cove laughed lightly and you noticed a small shake to it. He was clearly relieved you were going to get through this. It was sweet. He had been more upset about the loss than you. Aww. I think it's admirable how you could keep it together like that. You were flattered he thought so. You were grateful towards him, yeah. Thanks, Cove. It's easier to feel okay because you're with me. He had to gain some courage to be that forward. Returning the favor was too much for him, and Cove broke eye contact. Don't give me credit. I'm trying to compliment you. The moment was interrupted by the piercing ring of the Holden home phone. You wordlessly stared at one another with raised eyebrows. Cove's mouth formed a tiny frown. Kyra appeared from the hall on the far side of the living room, summoned by the noise.
hey,
Hey, Cove. Hi, Ara. I didn't know you were here. She strolled past her. Your eyes followed her. Cove's mom answered the call, giving a chipper greeting to whoever was on the other side. A few and Later, Kyra thanked the person and placed the phone down once more. Ara, that was Mom. Ara, that was your ma. She said your stuff was in the car. What? I don't know why him panicking is really funny to me. Really? That's what I was told. Now I'll just return to the guest room. You can have your privacy. Cole's face cycled from shock to sour as his mom made her escape laughing. Aw. He shook the interruption off and refocused on you. They've got it. As you guessed, this wasn't gonna be a big deal. They've got it. Cole smiled crookedly and shrugged one shoulder. We should probably head to your house. Your moms might want to talk to you. Yeah, my parents really care about me. They had kept searching even after you left, and because of that, it all worked out. Cove nodded in agreement. Cove, I'm happy you were here. Thank you. He brightened up with sparkling eyes.
Don't worry about it.
Anytime, Ara. While stepping towards the door together, there was a thought in your head that you knew to be true. You were going to be there for one another with the small things and when it came to the big things. Aw, okay. That was cute, actually. Okay, let's do Escapade and then we're gonna end the stream. Which would... So maybe in about 30-45 minutes, depending on how long this is. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. You looked up, noticing the sun was finally setting. You had been trying to delay the end of the day for as long as possible. The evening breeze tickled your nose as you sat on your front porch, munching on fresh watermelon slices. Oh, I want watermelon now. That's the best part of summer other than swimming. The snack made you happy. You were eating it because watermelon was summer. You weren't even... The snack made you happy. You love watermelon. I love watermelon. You picked up another slice even though you had already had dinner. You were still delighted to make room for watermelon. You turned to look at Cove. You both had been sitting in comfortable silence for a while now. He sat next to you close enough for your shoulders to touch. He was happily absorbed in his thoughts and his own slice of watermelon. Chuckling, you watched as his face twisted in discomfort. He had to stop chewing and spit a seed into the bush. You shook your head in disapproval. You did the same as fast. I bet I could spit a seed farther than you, yeah. Immediately, you shoved the majority of what was left of your watermelon slice in your mouth just to get a seed to prove your point. As soon as you could, you sent the seed sailing into the middle of the street. Did you see that, Cove? Cove burst into laughter that slowed it to a wide grin. You could tell he was equal parts surprised and impressed. Can you do that again? I didn't see where it landed. Of course I can. You popped another seed in your mouth and focused on where the last one landed. Setting the seed free, you got it to go even further this time.
Not bad.
Not bad. You had Cove chuckling again. It was taking a lot of focus to stay looking serious and not break into laughter yourself. I'd like to see you try. I will. Cove took in a mouthful of watermelon, face grimacing when he had the seed. Then his expression morphed into focused look, and he sent the seeds flying, landing in a similar spot to yours. Wait, you got to do too. I need another try. He spoke before you could even comment on his non-victory. His determination got you laughing. He quickly sent another closer to where your second one landed. Seems we're evenly matched for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for now. For the next several minutes, you both kept carving seeds from your slices and giggling at the ridiculousness of the competition. Oh, this is cute. Eventually, a truce was called and you both went back to eating the neglected watermelon flesh. I wonder if I'll have another slice after this one. That one is your third already. Is that bad? It tastes really good. It's definitely bad. You sighed affectionately. Aww. You smiled at him. Unable to resist, you knocked the mostly finished slice out of his hand. You bumped him with your shoulder. I think we've done this before, bumping him with our shoulder, and I think that's kind of cute. Let's sigh affectionately. If another slice is gonna make you happy, it will. Oh, we can't forget Alex. Oh man, that's a pretty powerful punch. I'm so sorry. He didn't what got it. He didn't know what got it. Well, okay, that makes a little more sense. I thought that's what you meant to say, but yeah. It will. Go ahead, I'm not gonna stop you. Cove picked up another slice. He smiled at you, delighted. A little while later, Clove, oh my gosh. Cove flinched, making a confused sound. He slowly put his current slice down on the plate next to him. Are you okay? Yeah. He stood up, tilted back to look at the sky. His feet took him to the middle of the street. Did you notice anything? What do you mean? I thought I felt a raindrop. The sun's still out. You put your watermelon slice and hopped off your front step. Immediately, you felt the tap of water on the crown of your head, making you yelp. You're right. Cove was still staring up at the sky. Oh, I like the rain. Cove was still staring up at the sky, and you watched as he began blinking more rapidly. When he finally turned in your direction, his face was bemused. It's a sun shower. It seemed crazy, but soon you couldn't avoid the drops that began increasing into a light shower. Booming with laughter, Cove kicked off his shoes towards his front door and reveled in the moment. Excited, I like the rain. You closed your eyes and threw your head back, letting the rain shower over you. The cool drops felt so right after the warmth of the day. Feeling energized, you ran over to the Cove and laughed how soaked he already was. Not that he cared, because he was busy spinning in the middle of the street. You clapped and bounced up on your heels. Just as the sprinkling started, it stopped and left you dripping with the smell of wet asphalt and soil tickling your nose. Switching from full keyboard to 60% messes your typing really bad. To 60%. Switching from full keyboard to 60% messes up your typing really bad. Does that, are you talking about like a different type of keyboard or? Sorry. Sorry, Chica. Cove caught your eyes, running a hand through his white hair. Combing it back, he frowned. It's over. Tears of rain clinging to his face almost could have been mistaken for tears. He sounded that disappointed. Aww. I wish it lasted. Well, it was fun. I wish it lasted longer. It was fun. Yeah, it's so cool that it happened. But then you then looked over at your door and sighed. You knew Mom wasn't going to be happy to see you trailing water into the house. Cove rubbed his arm awkwardly. He must have been thinking the same thing because he watched you sympathetically.
It's okay.
It only has the letters and numbers and a few other function keys. Oh, okay. Thank you for the explanation, Tika. You can dry off in my house if you want. My parents won't mind. I don't want to cuss her. You're the sweetest guy I know. Thanks, let's do that. I'm fine. Yeah, let's just say thanks, let's do that. Yeah? Okay. It's small, like his beating. Good thing she's not here to see you say that. His old demeanor brightened. You figured he must have felt relieved to help you avoid getting in any trouble. Cove led you inside and you stayed close to him. We have a ton of spare towels. I've just got to dig them out of the hall closet. Thank you for doing this, which I do. I think I'm going to need to borrow some clothes from you too. Yeah, probably. Cove didn't have any towels yet, but he came back into eye shot so you could see him stare at you flatly and roll his eyes. Ha ha. You laughed and let him go. I'm not joking. It'd be nice to borrow a shirt. He raised an eyebrow and a thoughtful expression appeared on his face. Oh, I'm just gonna dry my stuff off, but I guess that'd be okay for you. I'll get something. Thanks, Cove. With that, Cove disappeared and returned in no time with towel in hand and plus what seemed to be one of his pajama shirts. It was a bright pink color with a dark brown seashell pattern all over. Very him. I would guess her to be the same size as our 4.5-week-old kittens. Oh, you have kittens! That's so cute! Oh, I think you told us about the kittens, actually. Did you? Oh, I'm trying to remember. My memory sucks. I'm so sorry. That's so cute. Here, I hope that works. Thank you. Yes, a while ago? Oh, okay, good. I'm not going crazy. You accepted both the towel and the shirt. You wrapped the cloth around your neck temporarily and took a trip to his bathroom to change. But with his shirt actually in hand, you started to feel nervous at the thought of putting it on. But you were the one who wanted it, so... You left your shirt over the shower curtain rod to dry, patted yourself down with a towel, and slipped Cove's shirt on. You wrapped your arms around your toes, so the change didn't completely fix your predicament, but it was definitely an improvement. Especially since you were lucky enough to be close in size to Cove. It fit you comfortably. Not wanting to keep Cove waiting, you promptly returned to the living room. He looked up to greet you after hearing you come back down the hall. That's why I randomly disappeared to play with them. Oh, that's so cute, Tika. That's so cute. Where's my cat? He likes to hang out in my room a lot. I think he's sleeping right now. I had to kick 2 of my other cats out of my room though, because they jump on the desk and would be bothering me the whole time. So they don't get to be in here. He's the only one. How'd it go? Is it good? Thank you for it.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Just remember to give back sometime. A sudden call caught both of your attentions. I thought I heard voices. Cosmo strolled in the living room with a curious grin.
Huh?
What happened here? You're both wet. There was a sun shower. Badass. Cove smiled back at his parent. We came inside to dry off. My mom still want me going in my house when I'm wet.
Right.
So I told Ara to come back here. That's very sweet of you, baby. She ruffled Cove's wet hair and laughed at the drops of water that shook off. Then a light came to Kyra's eyes.
What do you think?
I have an idea. Why don't we go for a drive? It has to beat standing around the house, and you'll air dry in no time. Cove only offered a shrug, and Ben smiled to his mom. He looked at you for a real answer. Yeah, let's do it. You weren't sure about it. Yeah, let's do it. Fun. This'll be good. Kyra pulled out her cell phone from her pocket to call your mom. They had swapped numbers early in the summer.
See you soon.
Head on to the garage. I'll meet you there in just a minute.
Sorry.
Sorry my mom could be so pushy. She gets some idea in her head and that's what she does. That's okay. Thanks for letting me come. I didn't do anything. That wasn't true at all, but you let him get away with that. Come on. Cove led you to the car and Kyra wasn't too far behind.
Okay.
Okay, into the back, you two. Once the three of you were situated inside, Kyra started and drove out of the residential area. When she hit the main road, the car sped up and she rolled back the windows all the way. Cove started laughing as he kept trying in vain to keep his hair from flying into his eyes too much. Meanwhile, as you closed your eyes as the wind whipped against your wet clothes. I said this drive was going to be good for getting air dried. Yeah, but I didn't agree to this much air. His mom's so funny. Cove tried pressing the window button, but nothing happened. His eyebrows furrowed in frustration. You disabled the back? Sorry, can't hear you. Smiling deviously, Kyra turned on the radio, turned it up to be heard over the wind. You laughed and enjoyed. You danced in your seat to the music. You enjoyed the music and let the wind rush by your little party of one. Cove shook his head at you until he cracked a half smile. Slowly he relaxed and bopped below to the beat of the song himself. This is so cute. And then something struck the side of your leg. Several papers were freed from under the car seats and were blown about. Oh, they can't go out the windows. Cove began haphazardly reach around the space to try to get it all back under wraps. Wrapped and struggled until you helped frantically. Let's help frantically. You jumped to his aid immediately, trying to snatch up every single paper crouching around within your reach. As much as you both caught fistfuls, there was no stopping a few that got sucked out the windows. Cove gasped. Mom, close the windows. Kyra offered no response other than a chuckle. She kept driving. The both of you had sour looks at that. We got most of them. I know, thanks. The sun set completely and at that Kyra rolled up the windows. Cove let out a big sigh and released the random bits of paper he had in his fists. My mom is crazy. He ran a hand through his windblown hair and laughed with a bit of exasperation. You were fed up? You felt good. The evening had really turned out to be more interesting than you expected. Grinning, you were happy to be with your odds with whatever else happened next. Excuse me? Sorry if you heard me burp. That one was kind of loud. Cove watched you with interest until his focus was taken by a new comment from his mom. I bet you're not feeling damp anymore. No, but now I feel tricked. You stay quiet. You sided with Kyra, you sided with Cove. Kyra. She did say she was taking us a drive to air out, and that's what happened. Precisely, Ara. Kyra continued driving. The radio volume was adjusted for the closed windows, and everyone was sitting more comfortably. Kyra lowered the sound even more after pulling into a red light. She took the chance to turn around. You caught her coy smile.
So?
Does anyone know what we drove past during the drive cycle? I'm not sure I want to. A movie theater. Okay, most places have one somewhere. It isn't that late, you know. We could probably still catch a show.
What?
Really, Mom? We don't even know what be playing.
Come on.
That's what makes it fun. Aren't my mom's expecting me back soon? Heck yeah. No way, that's not fun. I'm not sure about that. I want to see a movie. Heck yeah. Both of you? Honestly, I don't really like movies, but I just want this to go on a little longer. Honestly, I don't really like... Well, I like movies, but I don't like movie theaters. He seemed hesitant. You gave him a smile and cozied up a bit. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating impulse behavior every day, but it's important to seize the moment when you can. We might never have another night like this. And don't worry, Ara. I said I watch over you for the night, not just 10 minutes or so. I'll put your parents in the loop about hitting the movies as soon as we get there.
That's...
I didn't bring any shoes. I'm not wearing any either. How are we gonna go inside barefoot? I don't know. We'll sneak through quick. No one will notice. You can do it. Just this once. You bounced in your seat excitedly that it was actually going to happen. Kyra was right. You never got to do stuff like this. We're going in a movie theater barefoot. That's so funny. Kyra's so fun. Kyra drove into the movie theater parking lot and shut the engine off. With the unbuckling of her seatbelt, she ushered you and Cove out. Despite being hesitant to leave, once outside, Cove burst into a sprint towards the cinema. You were right along with him. The tarmac was still wet from before and cold to stand on with bare feet. Inside, you noticed there was no lines. All the current show has already started. Kyra paid no mind and strode up towards the counter with some words of encouragement. A third of the running time is ads these days. We haven't missed anything. Meanwhile, Cove stood next to you awkwardly. He shifted from one foot to the other and constantly kept looking around. His shady behavior would have made him much more likely to get caught than standing still would have, if there were people around to really notice. But more anxiously he behaved, the more it rubbed off on you. You fidgeted in his place. Oh, hi! Hi, Y7. How are you doing? BL. Oh, no. Are you asking if this is a BL? Because it's not a BL, but it is unless I'm understanding that wrong. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, we're playing a visual novel dating sim. Right now we're in the stage of being 13 years old, and we're doing the second to last one of that stage. But how are you doing? Thank you for coming. And the game is called Our Life Beginnings and Always. I always forget what it's called. It's good. How are you? I'm doing good. I ate a snack before stream, so I'm not hungry, and yeah. And I really like where this is, and this game is being really cute. Let's console Cove. That's good, that's good. You poke Cove's arm to get his attention. I'm sorry. His expression softened into a peace smile. It's not your fault. Besides, we're walking through this too. You're walking through this too. Eliciting a sigh of release out of you, Kyra returned with tickets in hand. She quickly herded you and Cove off towards the showing room. Oh, that's cute. All the hugs. That's so cute. Oh, there's another hug emote. Oh, you have a hug emote? That's so cute. Yeah, this is my hug emote, the one Froggy put out with me hugging Trixie, who is on screen right now. Kyra returned with the tickets in hand. She quickly herded you and Cove towards the showing room. I'm so sorry for the little hiccup, but hold on, we've almost made it home free. Once we sit down, it'll be smooth sailing. The lights were already off in the showing room, but thank you for petting Trixie, Froggy. The lights were already off in the showing room, but the movie hadn't started yet. The upcoming movie trailers were still playing. Yes! Keeping your volume in a hushed tone, Kyra couldn't help but burst with excitement over your luck. Your emotes are adorable, Bella. Oh, thank you! Actually. Over your luck. You followed her down the walkway until she spotted open seats in the middle-ish area of the theater. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Y7. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Oh, that's such a cute emote too, the little derp. I like your hug and derp emote. I haven't seen your other emotes. I need to catch your streams more often. I'm sorry about that. No problem. Cutie, oh, thank you. Also, we have a shrimp with us right now because it's the simp shrimp, and everyone in the chat, not today, funnily enough, when I actually have it, usually simp for the moms, but there's none of that today. So I guess the shrimp is kind of just there. You followed her down the walkway until she spotted open seats in the middle area of the theater. Kyra pointed at the seats, looking over her shoulder at you and Cove. Waiting for input, Cove nodded and you decided to give her a thumbs up, and she led the way. Mom, it'll be an honor. Just let me get to it again. Sims for the moms? Yeah, a lot of people in chat. Milky son. Damn, time zones suck. Yeah, they do. Yeah, mommies. Yeah, that's one of them. The one with green hair. That's Kyra. She's Cove's, that guy's with glasses mom. And we, our character, which is ourself, we have two moms that everyone really likes too. And there's also a dad, if that's more your style too. When you reach your seat, Kyra sighed contentedly. Cove gave a sigh of his own and lifted his feet to cross-legged instead of keeping them down on the floor. He leaned over and then whispered to you. Oh no, Logan has more competition. I'm not into daddies. Yeah, no one seems to be. But I made my character think he was handsome, which I thought was funny. It gets mentioned every once in a while. And I also made her think that Cole's mom was pretty, so it's kind of funny. He then leaned over and whispered to you. Do you have any idea what the movie is? No, I didn't hear the name or anything when your mom brought the tickets. Oh boy. After a couple... And yeah, Froggy Log does have more competition now. After a couple more previews, the main event began. It dawned on you quickly that it was a horror film. Oh, you redeemed the card off my eye. Here, my eyes might be a little wonky at first, but they'll sync up eventually. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, okay. After a couple more previews, the main event began. It dawned on you quickly that this was a horror film. One about a group of students being haunted by dangerous ghosts. Wow, Ara has two eyes. Yes, I do have two eyes. Ah. Why is that going so slow? I made it faster. Oh, I forgot to. Hold on, I know why. I know why. Whoops, hold on. After a couple more... Okay, there we go. It should... Sorry, I've been having that on the wrong thing the whole time. Thank you for the hydrate star. And the clown nose Froggy. I did deserve that because I forgot to change the scenes. So it probably wasn't hitting me properly. Boop. No, not the boop. Oh, you go with Ara. Alrighty, calling you Ara from now on. You can call me whatever you want, Y7. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, and thank you for the stretch. I'm not gonna do both at the same time like I did once because I almost choked on my water. Okay, and stretch. Why? Because I almost choked on my water. I'm not gonna do it again. Fun fact about me, I've said this before, but I'm really bad at drinking stuff because I always choke on everything. Like, whether it's water, whether anything. Any drink, I'll choke on it. No, like, why did you attempt to? Oh. I don't know, I just thought, why not? Because I'm a dumbass clown. I'm a clown more than a magician. Yes, we all know she has a drinking problem. Hey, it hasn't happened on stream yet. I haven't choked on stream. Now you know why not. Yeah, that's true. Oh, thank you for filling Star's beer mug, Froggy. You could live with that. You were psyched. You thought this was going to be annoying. You became nervous. You were terrified. I actually don't like horror movies, so we probably became nervous. You struggle with frightening films. It was one thing to see a movie you knew nothing about, but a horror movie? That was an entirely different story. And it was eating at you that you had no idea what kind of scary you should be bracing for. Vodka. Oh my gosh, you got even numbers and you only got 25 scratches, Froggy! You lived! You lived twice in this stream and only died once! You only died once, Froggy! Don't tempt fate! Glancing over at Cove, you notice he looked less than thrilled with the movie. He bit down on his bottom lip and stared at the screen with trembling eyes. Excuse me? Ooh, vodka and cranberry juice. I actually don't drink. Not because I can't, but because I just don't want to. But yeah, what are you guys' favorite drinks? The kittens don't like their kid in prison. What? What kid in prison? What kid in prison, Tika? Cove had never been a fan of ghosts or intentionally frightening things. That was something you learned about him early on. You covered your ears, you grabbed. Aww! We can do like a. Like when we were like in the kids stage of this story, we always used to hold his hand, so we're gonna hold his hand. We're gonna mint lemonade. Ooh, that sounds good. I love lemonade. I love lemonade, I love horchata, and I love ginger ale. I haven't gated them into a room so they don't want. I have gated them into a room so they don't wander around. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Hot cocoa. Oh, I love hot cocoa too, because I'm not a coffee or tea person at all. Like I haven't like probably tea one day because I just haven't found one that I really like a lot. Like I could deal with it, but coffee I don't like at all. But I like hot cocoa. But yeah, the three I mentioned are my favorite: lemonade, horchata, and what did I say? Ginger ale, with or without marshmallows. I like both, but I like it with puffy marshmallows. Tea makes me wake up and coffee makes me sleep. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting, Froggy. Your fingers wrapped tight around his and he jumped slightly at the unexpected touch. But his expression softened when he peeked at you out of the corner of his eyes. He watched you with an unspoken question written all over his face. Will you be okay? You nodded yes. He gave your hand a squeeze to silently voice support. That made you feel good. Aww, this is so cute. Sometimes the other people in the theater screamed or jeered or clapped depending on what was happening. Your heart was pounding in your chest when the movie finally came to an end. The main character resolved the hauntings, but in a dark conclusion, they didn't make it out alive. Oh god. You stayed to let the credits roll and for the theater to clear out, then it was time to head back to the car. Both you and Cove took the same seats in the back of the car again. Even though it was late, Kyra was exuding an optimistic energy. We survived it! Your nerves are still calming down from the movie. Cove gave you a worried glance and a hard look at his mom. A movie wasn't ever gonna kill us, it was gonna make us unhappy. Coffee, tea, milk, homemade juice, and almost everything with some percent in it. Ooh. Homemade juice. I don't really drink milk by itself unless it's chocolate milk. Because I like chocolate milk. I've never had homemade juice before. She deflated a little bit at the chastising.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, King. I didn't know it'd be that bad. It made me really tense. I guess that's the point of horror stuff. I kind of don't want to have to feel like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not for everyone. He narrowed his eyes defensively at an attempt to encourage him. Yeah, it wasn't just me either. Oh, Aura, how are you feeling? It wasn't bad as I thought. I hated it. It really scared me. It was scary, but I had fun. It really... I'm not used to seeing two-eyed Aura. It's a Finnish thing? Oh, okay. Oh, no. Heartburn. Oh, you got heartburn? Star, are you okay, Star? You wouldn't understand it. It's a Finnish thing. Oh, okay. Thank you for redeeming the Sakura. Yeah, two-eyed Aura is rare. Not everyone redeems it. How long is it supposed to go for anyway? Let me check. For 10 minutes, Jesus. Why did I put it for 10 minutes? I should put it for like 5 or 7 or something. I don't know. We'll say it really scared us. Kyra frowned at that. I'm really sorry. I should have asked if there were off-limit genres. I think I have some making up to do. Who wants a dessert or just some regular food? What? You were surprised? That was so cute. Well, no, I was running to Tika. Oh! Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, Star. I misunderstood. You're surprised when you realized Kyra wasn't on the way home, but turning into a drive-thru burger restaurant. You nodded. Why not? Yeah. You shook your head. No? Yeah. That's the spirit. Get whatever you want. Okay, a salad. No. Soda, a milkshake, soft food, a chocolate chip cookie. Chicken nuggets, a milkshake, mozzarella sticks, a spicy chicken sandwich. We're eating everything. That's everything, I guess. Chicken nuggets. Yeah, I got chicken nuggets. I got chicken nuggets, a spicy chicken sandwich. I got, what else did I get? Mozzarella sticks. I ordered I ordered a whole buffet. Is that all right?
Of course.
It's a-okay. Cove was tickled by the size of your list and had no disapproval over it. Kyra pulled up to the window and ordered what you asked for first. She didn't decide to order one of everything on the value menu. Whoa, what are you gonna do with all that? Eat it.
Really?
The whole menu? Even Ara picked most of that already. Even after Ara picked most of that already? That's right, there's only maybe 10 things on it, and they're about $1 each. I can swing it. And besides, whatever we don't finish, I'm gonna feed to your dad. He'll be in heaven. Cove sighed affectionately at his mother's antics. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're quite welcome. A few minutes later, Kyra exchanged money for multiple bags of food, which she quickly tossed to you both in the back seat. She then drove off into the night. Can you pass me something? What should I grab? Surprise me. You chose one of the wrapped sandwiches and handed it to her. You had no idea if it was a burger or something else.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Accepting that this was what was happening, Cove shrugged and started pulling food out of the bags for himself. Cove ended up with some onion rings that he happily munched on them. Randomly. Let's be a little spontaneous. As long as we don't get, like, something gross. What was it? Oh my gosh, I, like, hiccuped and laughed. You weren't even questioning Kyra's crazy ride anymore. Oh my gosh, stop putting the two words together. That's like the 5th time I did this stream. The adventure continued, and you were so preoccupied in the back that you almost didn't realize the cart had stopped. Kyra turned to look over her shoulder. Okay, party people, it seems we've reached the end of the road. Confused, you checked out the window and saw nothing except empty road ahead, and then you noticed it, the now leaving sign. Kyra took you through the entire town. What are we doing here? Kyra turned the car around and parked it alongside the road. I think you both can use a break to stretch your legs, and I doubt anyone is going to come through here this time of night. Besides, I need to make a call, so go on. Cove shook his head and got out of the car without a fight. You stayed in the car, you followed Cove. Oh, this is where we left Log! You got out and caught up to Cove, and this is also where we went as kids. Like, we went all the way over here and escaped. Like, we just like ran away from our house. Memories. I'm reminiscing about memories of an in-game me. That's funny. You got and caught up to Cove. He was busy looking at the stars and stretching his arms while he strolled around. You're mad you just felt tired. You didn't care much. Being there was pretty cool. In your mind, you thought being there was exciting. You were delighted that with the wide open sky above and the unobstructed view of the landscape around you. It was freeing. It's amazing we're all the way out here. Cove smiled, glancing from the stars to you. Shortly after, you noticed Cove's expression change. His eyebrows furrowed, and it seemed like he was thinking hard about what he wanted to say next.
I'm so sorry.
I'm really sorry for my mom being crazy tonight. She isn't always like this, seriously. You let him continue without interruption. Spin! Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, we should spin. We should spin around and like roll down a hill. That sounds fun. I think she feels like she has to get out of there and do things with me while she can, and she wants to make the time memorable. This visit has been really different than the others, and it didn't start off good. Thinking about how Kyra's trip began this summer, you could understand why Cove was thinking along those lines. She probably wanted all the trouble to be worth it in the end. She's giving you a taste of your own medicine. You said nothing you not understand. Shouldn't have made me a part of it. Okay, I get it. Are you having a good time with your mom around? You nodded in understanding. Cove breathed a sigh of relief. Thanks. It went silent between both of you, so you jumped when you heard the sound of the car door closing. Cove, Ara! You turned to see Kyra, oh my gosh, Kyra by the driver's side, waving. The sight brought a smile to Cove's face, and she quickly made her way over to where both of you were standing. Thanks for waiting. I didn't mind.
My baby.
How did I end up with such a polite boy? He ruffled his hair and Cove lowered his head, accepting the compliment. You thought about how interesting it was to see how Cove interacted with his mom. And then the memory hit you. The first summer you and Cove came to this very spot in his runaway attempt to find his way back to his mom. And now you were all here together. Oh, that's so sweet, actually. I forgot that was the reason he wanted to leave. That's so cute. You said it out loud. You whisper about it to Cove. Let's just whisper it so we don't embarrass him. Take it a step closer to Cove. You lean in close to share the moment just with him. Isn't it strange that your mom took us here? This is where you went to try seeing her when you moved to Sunset Bird. Cove flinched, and his eyes darted over to his mom, worried that she heard. When he was satisfied she didn't, he turned back. Yeah, it's weird, but she doesn't know what happened. At least I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Really? Dad likes to tell her things are fine so she doesn't worry. You know, I kept the secret. Cove looked at you gratefully, and you shared a conspiratorial smile. Anyways, it's kind of cool to be here right on the edge of town. Exactly, we're standing on the precipice. I think so too. I knew you get it. It's good to appreciate these times and places. Kyra let out a big breath of air. We should probably call it a night, huh? You shrugged. You felt disappointed it was actually over. You had kind of hoped some other unexpected thing would pop up to keep things going. Kyra shyly smiled and gestured to the car. Quietly, you all made your way back to it. Cove naturally followed you, taking a seat nearby in the back with a collection of fast food bags still strewn about. You rested your head in the seat as the car roared to life. As you did, Cove leaned in close to whisper,
Hey.
I could talk to your moms if they get mad about tonight for some reason. It was my mom's idea. You didn't have to have a choice. This was worth it even if they get mad. I'm glad we're just... Your mouth pulled into the biggest grin, getting a laugh out of Cove. Aww. If you say so. Also, don't worry about bringing the shirt back when we get home. Just keep it. Until tomorrow? He simply shook his head. Aww. Thanks, you're the best. Secretly, you had hoped not to have to give it back. Good, you weren't gonna get it back no matter what. Oh, that's so cute. I don't really wear pink, but I'll keep it. Cove smiled amused at you, but said nothing else. Cove... The drive home was smooth and uneventful. The radio was off completely, and you felt your eyelids getting heavy. Your head came to rest on Cove, yes. You were too tired to keep your head up, and it felt quite comfortable there. Cove didn't have any issues there. He leaned into it. He must have been exhausted too. You were happy to stay close like that. It was warm and comfortable. Aw, this is so cute! When you opened your eyes, you expected to still be in the car and not your bedroom. It was somehow already morning. You couldn't remember how you ended up there. Sitting up in bed, you thought about how last night was quite an experience. It almost have felt like a dream. If you weren't still wearing the shirt Cove had let you take, it definitely happened. And you were glad that you got to have a spontaneous escapade this summer. Oh, okay. That's really cute. Okay, we're gonna save this last one, however the fuck you pronounce this again. We're gonna save it for the next stream and then go on to the next stage of life, I guess. So let's go to the menu. And let's go to just chatting. Thank you everyone so much for being here. Let me close the game. Okay. There's one downside to living in the countryside. Ooh, what is it? Honestly, I don't know what to consider where I live. Okay, thank you everyone so much for being here. This has been really fun. I really like this game. I missed it a lot. And I'm excited to get to the new part of it. Stay for the raid if you want to. Today we're gonna be raiding. Let me see. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, thank you for the social star. Should we raid? It's always some kind of season you have to do. That's always some kind of season you have to do? Social, there's one side. Oh, okay. I think I get what you're saying. Should we raid? My brother or my VTuber brother? Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here, Froggy. Should we raid my VTuber brother Jersh, or should we raid, Titibo? Who should we raid? Because I think we raided... Before that, let me put the raid messages in. But yes, schedule will be out on Sunday, and thank you so much for being here. How about Health Sky? Who's that? So, oh wait, I did it wrong. Ignore that. Ignore that. I put a space. There we go. And then for non-subscribers, rate 2. There you go. House guys, oh, House guys, yeah. Yeah, okay. Can you give me a, like, tell me what the channel name is? Star? And then I can do it? But yeah, stay here for the raid if you guys want to. And thank you for the follows. Thank you for the raid on me. Thank you for all for being here. Let me copy this real quick. Okay, thank you. Okay, I think I got it right. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Oh, let me look up the channel. So I could be there too. Okay. Bye everyone. Thank you for being here. And let me get the... Did I copy it? I don't remember. Copy. Okay. Thank you everyone for being here. All those emotes. Oh, the pineapple pizza one is funny. And so is the twerking one. Okay. Here we go. Bye everyone. Schedule out on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Thank you for being here, and we'll play more games next week as always. Bye. Oh, ending screen. I always forget. My endings are so scuffed. I'm so sorry. Okay. Bye.